Alrighty, we're back for another round. We're doing Q readings and we'll get right into it. So let's pull up the time. Say 7 minute. Alright, this reading will be for Walrus of the Night. And what I do is a 5-card spread. Tells a little story. See how you're doing, what's going on, maybe some help, advice, yada yada. For those who aren't familiar with tarot cards, they're played face up. The cards are in reverse, so like kind of upside down, rotated, as alternate meanings. The second card, no matter what, I always treat it as upside down because in this format or spread that I'm using, the second card represents the obstacle. So maybe something the card is using against you, maybe calling attention to something you might need to, something needs aware, needs dealing with.
Chimera is parlnock's
Could be something that
she is a husky with a
you're
few
not
loose
aware of,
screws in
so
her
we'll get
head,
right
which
to
is
it.
why we have to keep her in a straitjacket.
How's it going, Line Mike? How's dinner? Let's the music down a little bit. Maybe a little more. Okay, that should be good. All right, again, we're starting with Walrus of the Night. The first card's like the start of a journey or question or anything, just to see what's up. Dinner is scrumdiddly-umptious. That's a blast from the past. Ned Flanders style. All right, we get the 9 of Wands, which is represented by a fennec fox. So let me go pull that up and we'll start to see what's up. 9 of Wands, where are you? Willy Wonka? Sure. I don't remember the commercial. I think it was the Nerds rope. The candy. All right, 9 of Wands. Faith, persistence, and courage. Standing up for your beliefs, being on guard, protecting yourself, strength, determined, and wounded warrior. So this one is so this one, at least at the starting, you've been working hard and doing stuff, and maybe you got burned in the past by people or something, and naturally when you get burned and stuff, you're gonna be like, keep your wits about you and try to make yourself less vulnerable for people to take unfair advantage of you. And this is what you're doing in life where you want to be. You don't want to let whatever it is go, so you're going to stand up and fight for it and basically do your thing. I like the fox art. Lion Mite says, I saw 3 wild foxes already. I've only seen, I think, 1 or 2 in my life, and they're over like the last 6 or 7 years. The card also talks about courage, persistence, and faith. So you believe in what you do may not be bearing complete fruit right now, or maybe it is, but things look rough ahead. But you're like, this is fine. You've made up your mind. You know what you want to do in life, and yeah, we'll just see what goes on. Hey, but 1 second. There's a BRB message. So yeah, BRB. Okay, I am back. Let me restart the song and we'll go to the next card. But yeah, just to start, so keep in mind we're doing a whole 5-card reading, so there'll be more to come. And let's pull that up. Right, the second card represents the obstacle, maybe something setting in your way, something cock blocking you, bump in the road, raid boss, whatever you want to call it. And we get 3 of Cups, represented by Erosion, Griffin, Vulture. Haven't seen this one yet. And remember, it's going to be played in reverse, so it's going to have alternate meanings. But let me go pull up 3 of Cups. All right, 3 of Cups. Fun, achievement, celebration. Togetherness, thankful, abundance, achievement, happiness, playful, fun, new life, friendship, trust. So that's what it normally means. Like the card's literally like a party. Let's see what it means because it's going to be in reverse. Overindulgence, excess, selfish, withdrawn, endings, unhappiness, unappreciative, and independence. So this could be a rut you're in right now, or it could be maybe, hey, if you keep up whatever's going on or troubling you in life and not addressing it, these things could happen. So it could be like you're either in the rut or it's coming up. And yeah, so I'd say just because the card talks about good times and that. So here it says overindulgence. So maybe you're back at it, things are going good again, but then you're getting not ahead of yourself, but like maybe just trying to get back into normality or good times again, and maybe you went through some rough stuff, so it's like saying, hey, don't overdo it or something. It talks about excess, so maybe you're really overdoing it, maybe almost wasting or being not efficient with what you got, or maybe hoarding. I hope it's not hoarding. It talks about being selfish, so maybe because you went through a lot and stuff, that naturally the first card talked about being on guard, wounded warrior, so naturally going to be more clingy to your beliefs and stuff. So again, not good or bad, but just normal, maybe something to keep an eye on. Talks about unhappiness and unappreciative, so maybe you've been burned so much that you're just kind of fed up with everyone in the world, so it's harder to be happy and be into stuff and vibing because it just shit's been so rough. And then it talks about independence, which is a good sign from this, because it doesn't mean like alone, or like you're exiling friends or breaking friendships or whatever, but it just time to think, time to reflect. You're more independent, stronger. Like, you know, again, the first card with the fox and the wounded warrior, you're still fighting for what you want, but just try to keep in mind maybe these little bumps in the road, or I guess ultimately maybe don't let it go to your head, or you'll get like poisoned or something. But the third card is going to represent positive influences. So assuming you work that out, heeded the warnings, or anything really, just what have you, we're going to get to the third card. That's represented by 7 of Swords, which is represented by itself by a barn owl. Let me put you up there. All right, 7 of Swords coming right up. All right, 7. Strategic betrayal, deception, lies, lying to yourself, doing something covertly, cut your losses, secrets, things happening beneath the surface, things you haven't thought about, something behind your back, learning secrets about yourself, truths coming to light, secrets being revealed, tricky, moving somewhere new, avoidance and escaping. All right, so this one's kind of a little bit of a doozy. So it talks about lies, betraying, deception. So maybe, again, this could be you lying or deceiving someone, or maybe someone was lying and deceiving you, and you just realize, you know, the truth's coming out. Actions speak louder than words. Even if people put on like a good face or something, it just, things are coming out. And it talks about, though, also lying to yourself, learning something about yourself that you didn't know, secrets revealed. So maybe there's something you discovered about yourself recently you don't know how to process, or maybe, yeah, you just don't know what's up and you're just trying to work out these thoughts and feelings and everything. Card also talks about moving somewhere new, so maybe this travel up ahead in your life, or something compels you to move elsewhere. It talks about avoidance and escaping, so maybe you're running from yourself or can't accept something. but a lot of like dodging the question or bullets or whatever. But I like the part about secrets. Learning, I guess the big part about the card is learning things about yourself that you may have not thought about before. So it could be that you're into something, it could be someone. It also talks about cut your losses, so I see that as if you're investing a lot of time and money and effort and yourself into something and it's not quite paying off, you might be like, nope, I'm not seeing it through, I'm not wasting my time, I'm gonna move on essentially and just, be more efficient with your time and what you spend it on, because you've been on a long journey and we all get to that point where we know what we do and don't want to do, what we're willing to tolerate. So a very interesting card. Now we're going to get to the fourth one, which represents the near future. And just fast forward a bit to see where you are, and we get the Tower. This one is represented by a fawn. I really like the artwork of this one too. It's pretty dope in my opinion. So, all right, the Tower. I really like that card because it talks about changes, chaos, awakening. Blew up who you thought you were, embrace the new you. Let me just pull it up for a proper description. All right, the Tower. Chaos, change, awakening. Blew up who you thought you were. Time to clear things. Shock. Major transformation. Letting go of what binds you. Unavoidable change. Surprises. Liberation. A new job. Loss and change. So just a complete change overhaul card. So maybe whatever led up to this, the secrets, things about yourself. Maybe you got a new gig, new job, got some kind of offer, partnership, dealership, but things are in major motion and you got some thinking to do. Talks about major transformation, letting go of what binds you, maybe stop caring what other people think about you or external validation, or maybe you're holding on to some past like life trauma or emotional baggage that you're always carrying with you, and maybe you found a way to finally purge yourself of that and let it go and just be, rid yourself of it and be free. It also talks about loss, so that could be with a family member, possessions, anything. Like loss is loss. So the card is just a lot of change, good and bad, but ready or not, change is coming. So might as well say more like embrace the change. So get to the fifth card, which is the long-term results or end game or final dungeon boss, whatever terminology you would like to use. And we get Death, represented by the Canadian goose. Those fuckers are vicious, by the way. All right, so let me pull up Death. All right, endings, change, transformation. Conclusions, letting go of the old, reborn, new beginnings, big transformation, liberation, leaving the past in the past, empowerment, purging, grieving, personal transformation, closing old chapters, leave something behind. The card right there, this one's saying you're leaving all the baggage behind, emotionally behind, whatever, you're moving on, you want to live, you keep going. Everything comes to an end, rebirth, new cycles, everything could be referring to you metaphorically, spiritually, emotionally, or could be your situation. But I just like how the reborn, new beginning. So maybe you got a place in your life where you're like, okay, I did all this and that. Well, a ton of experiences, good and bad, but I want to do more or something else, and something more has more meaning. And you decide to pursue that thing with more meaning, and you feel refreshed and hence reborn, new beginnings, almost like a new chapter in life. But that's the long-term results. So that's like over the whole grand scheme of things. There's no set time limit or time frame, but just a general idea. And now with the readings, I also do a bonus oracle card for just a quick word of encouragement. It's a little extra cherry on top I like to do with the readings, independent from the readings, because it's oracle cards, and these on the field are tarot cards. And we get the Chalice, which represents joy. So pretty good compliment, joy from rebirthing and doing more of what you like to do in the world, what has meaning to you, what you're passionate about, what inspires you, how you can inspire others. Just you be you, or as people say, you do you. I hope that was cool for you. And we'll get ready for the next reading. I'm going to shuffle the cards a bit. Death 13. That was pretty cool. Okay, almost done shuffling. Get right to the next. All right, let me pull up the list of the queue. 2:23. We'll say 23 minute. A quick sip. All right, the next reading we'll be conducting right now is for Grill Master Roscoe. Quite the name. Anyway, Grill Master Roscoe will be doing a 5-card spread. Tells a little story about you, see what's going on. Second card is the obstacle, and I play that one in reverse. Reverse cards have alternate meanings, so just keep that in mind, but I'll still explain everything as I go along. So the start to your journey or video game, whatever terminology you would like to use, and we get King of Pentacles featuring a Emperor Penguin. So let's go to Pentacles and just quickly check out the King, which is again a Emperor Penguin, and it's his child. Wealth, security, but yet stubborn. Progress, practical, satisfied, content, wealth, success, hard work, achievement, leadership. So maybe this is you have everything you need, you've achieved a lot, you worked hard to get where you're at, you're deserving of it all. And naturally that's going to create a little bit of stubbornness because, you know, it all worked for you, you did it, therefore, like, if I can do it, the world or anyone else can do it. And maybe more set in your ways because of all the hard times and good times you went through. You know, you just keep in mind your experiences. So it's like, okay, I got here. I know what I'm doing, type of thing. It also talks about being practical and satisfied and content. So you feel like you're in a good spot. You could go for more. You probably want more. We all want more out of life, but at least like right now, you're like, this is fine, but not in that meme way with the dog in the burning building. Literally fine, and you when you're ready to do more or seek more, you'll set out to do it. You'll set your mind to do it. But right now, you just feel like almost like kind of like a little bit at peace. Things are going good. You still like working and crafting, doing literally the hard work about what you're passionate about. So maybe there's more in store in life. Maybe you feel good right now. Maybe you want a lot more. Who knows? So we're going to get to the second card, which is going to be the obstacle, represents the obstacle or the raid boss, bump in the road, something holding you back, or maybe something you need to pay attention to, like, hey, you might want to heed these thoughts or warnings or keep this in mind, or you might end up in some not cool zone. Oops. So with that, we get the 8 of Pentacles featuring a pug, but remember it's going to be in reverse. So let's go back and check out number 8. Does light help anything? Yeah, I guess it does. Okay, 8 of Pentacles normally means perfecting mastery, developing skills. So like a lot of training, a training arc in some anime. But because it's played in reverse, it's going to mean impatient, pretending, misusing your skills, unemployed, dishonest, false sense of security, tedious work. Even though the first card, it's very interesting, talked about you working hard and building your like fortune and being very satisfactory and everything. Now this card is talking about being impatient, pretending, misusing your skills or powers, unemployed, or maybe losing a job. Talks about being dishonest, so that could be dishonest with other people. It could be people being dishonest to you. It could even be you being dishonest with yourself. False sense of security. Maybe some financial woes happened or something, and you're slowly losing your fortune and becoming like one of those old crazy rich kings or something. Or Scrooge McDuck syndrome, where you have the money but you don't want to spend it because I guess your fortune or stats is your social status. And it talks about tedious work, and maybe you're tired of the hard work. Maybe it's time for a change. Maybe you want to pursue something else. So I'll take this card more as a warning, saying, hey, don't get full of yourself. Don't fall into these traps and then get stuck here. So I'm hoping you're not there, but it's almost like a puddle. Like, don't step in the puddle or your day will be ruined. Because, your shoes get wet and then your socks get wet, and it's just a bad time. Hey, Chipperdoodle. Well, let me do the Richard thing. Hey, Chipperdoodle, how you doing? How's it going? But yeah, so just something to keep in mind, that don't misuse your powers or skills. Inspire and help others and yourself, of course. Nothing wrong with being... I mean, people call it selfish. I call most of it self-care, but I guess it also depends on the context. So just keep doing you, but just keep in mind, maybe don't let things go to your head. Don't wind up in a bad spot. What's on tap today, Chip? All right, we're going to get to the third card, which is represented by positive influences. So maybe if you got through that, worked it out, if you got in that rut, you got out of it, or kept things in mind and stayed on a good path. Get Knight of Wands, which is represented by African wild dogs. So let me pull that up real quick. Knight of Wands. A little higher. Okay. All right, Knight of Wands, impulsive, adventurous, but yet passionate and having passion. Changes here, creativity, new experiences, new ideas, travel, relocation, action, athletic, optimism, adventure, and enthusiastic. So, good job not falling into the pit traps or pitfalls. And now you're ready to take on more of the world. Maybe you finally sat up and like, okay, I want more. I want to do more things. I want to experience more. Just overall more. This changes here. Even talks about potentially relocation and travel for whatever your new adventures in life might set you. It could be living situation. You can go on tour. You can go just touring around the world. Maybe you want to see other countries and stuff. Talks about optimism, enthusiastic. So that's always awesome. What I really like is the creativity and passion. Because maybe you're brewing with ideas or had things on the back burner. Now it's like, okay, I want to put these things into action. I want to manifest these things and make them come true, even if for better or worse. Because who knows? Not everything always works out. And a lot of it is just the trying and the experience. So at least with this, I don't have good feelings. But it says also impulsive, so maybe you want to do all the things. And then, not that you can't do all the things, but it's like you got to pick and choose what you want to do. But either way, new ideas, creativity, and passion are brewing in you, and it's time to, I guess, see what's up with that. All right, the fourth card is going to be near future, so we're just going to fast forward a little bit and see what we get. We get Five of Wands, represented by Shima Inaga. It's a type of bird, so Five of Wands, disagreements, competition, conflict, proving yourself, challenge, but yet bonding, physical strength, obstacles, playing games, success through effort, quarrels, fighting, setting priorities, territorial delays, competition, stress. All the other cards talked about hard work, relocation, impulsive, athletic. The last card talked about being athletic, and now it's pretty much saying physical strength. But I think the thing with this card is, all the birds, they're basically fighting each other. So now it's like maybe a bumpy road ahead. Maybe whoever you're with or involved with or like talking to don't agree with what you got going on. There's going to be a lot of conflict and stress because now you have to micromanage yourself and whatever's going on. You have to keep in mind weigh the pros and cons. That's going to cause a lot of stress. Nothing's perfect, so of course there's going to be bump on the road. So it's like saying, hey, team efforts coming in some way, or maybe just internal struggles with yourself. But it's talking about also bonding, because maybe you bond over those hardships with other people, and that forms a better friendship or relationship or career, like business partnership or travel. So possibly more people are entering your life, and you're naturally going to have disagreements with them, and until you finally learn and accept each other. Also talks about delays in progress. Well, the delays are there because if you're naturally squabbling with others and trying to figure and sort things out, and everyone's butting heads, that's going to delay any progress. Talks about potential competition. So maybe you're in competition with someone at a job or work, or almost like everyone's like fighting to assert themselves as like the alpha of the pack or group. But again, we won't really know more about that until whatever context it may hold in your life. And then it also talks about strength and obstacles, that, not everyone can be friends. It's impossible to ask or expect everyone to work together and be friends. So it's like you got a lot of work to do, and sort things out the best you can. But naturally, this is all going to be very stressful because, like, let's say like you open up like a maid cafe or something. You're like, dude, I just want to, run the business, get the food and drinks and stuff, get the maids, get the outfits. I just want to run this thing. But then the people you hired aren't fully on board. So it just makes it very tough because you have the vision, the passion, or the money to operate it, but you need people and trust in others because we can't do everything alone. But that's just an example. So we have one more card. It's the long-term results, so like far future, and we'll just see what you get. You get 10 of Swords, and this is a very sad card. And it's represented by a black cat in the rain. So let me pull that up. 10. I don't remember being sad because last week I did a reading and it's kind of a doozy. All right, 10 of Swords, wounds, losses, endings, crisis. Repeating patterns, stuck in old patterns, cycles ending, feeling defeated, change, time to let go, negative thinking, loss, wounds, and pain. So this card, maybe you got stuck in a rut and the cycle keeps repeating, and until you break the cycle, nothing might change. You might be destined to like repeat the same, say, bad hardships or mistakes. The good thing is it also talks about cycles ending and change and time to let go. So maybe if any physical, emotional baggage is holding you behind, it's like, hey, for you to start living your life and flow again, time to move on. So if you are I hope you're not holding on to anything, but almost like just purge yourself, acknowledge the stuff that happened, reconcile with it, or even if you can't, don't let it hold you back. And then naturally you're going to feel defeated because maybe things didn't go your way. Hence the pain, the wounds, the loss, suffering. But the big thing here is letting go and change. So maybe what you're doing isn't working out, but maybe just keep in mind that if you ever get stuck in a rut, negative thinking, don't ever be afraid to be like, what am I doing wrong? Because I know a lot of people, when things go wrong, they just point the finger at everyone, but no one really takes a step back to be like, okay, these negative or bad events keep happening. What's the common denominator here? And that would be myself. It's just something to keep in mind that if you ever get stuck in a rut, keep going. So this one, though, ends with basically change or time for a change. And the big message is let go. Now, I know that's easier said than done. It could be a whole world of context, but at least we got some idea what's going on. So now we're going to finish this reading with a complimentary Oracle card bonus, fortune cookie, whatever you want to call it. And we get Paracelsus, and represents interconnection. So I don't know how you'd use that to apply to your reading, but maybe get back to your roots with everyone. Remember what brought you here. Remember the humbling experience of all the friends you made along the way. Look within inside yourself for some answers. Don't be afraid to take a step back. Go at your own pace. But I hope that was cool for you. Well, not shocking of an ending, but maybe just like on to the next game. Keep in mind what you have learned in this adventure. So maybe just basically don't repeat mistakes if you are stuck in a rut and repeating. Alright, gonna shuffle and then we'll get to the next person. Let's see how it goes. Hey Chip, how you doing, Chip? Chipperdoodle and PA. I remember PA. PA was fun. And these are pretty new cards. They're holographic and they like have a texture in the back, so it's a little hard to shuffle them. So I just spend a little more time shuffling them. But I'll try to make it quick and get on to the next. Okay, micromanaging the shuffle, big stacks. All right, let me pull up the timestamps for the next person. I will say 38 minutes. Okay, this reading is going to be for Sand Dune Desert. Okay, I will not argue with the name, but let's give it a go. The Sand Dune Desert, we do a 5-card spread, tells a little story, read from your book or life script or whatever terminology you like to use, and we'll go along the way. First card to the start of everything is 4 of Wands, and we have Iberian Lynx. There's little lynx, and so 4 of Wands, that's right up here. Where are you? Or all right. Joy, celebration, harmony, rest, peace, achievement, secure, marriage, improvements, comfort, and reward. So, holy shit, this is usually like happy ending card, but we're starting right off with it. So things are going good. You're happy where you are in life. There's joy around you. You achieve it. You worked hard. You established a lot. Naturally, be a sense of harmony with that. Comforting. I guess reward. So you're just in a very nice, cozy, fun place right now. This is only the beginning. We have 4 more cards to go through. The 5-card spreads. The first card is the singing factor, significant factor. I forget how you say it. Or in a video game or JRPG, it's like, you know, new file, name your character, hit start, and begin the journey. The second card is represented by the obstacle. That could be something standing in your way, holding you back, keeping you down, or maybe just even a warning that, hey, work out this shit now so you don't get screwed or fall into a bad place later. Or it could be like a dungeon boss. The third card is positive influences. The fourth card is the near future. And the fifth card is long-term results. So now we're going to get to the second card, which is the obstacle. We get the King of Cups, which is represented by a gecko. But again, it's I always do the second or the obstacle card in reverse, so it look like this. But that means that the card has alternate meanings. So let me pull up the Knight of Cups. Very nice. Okay. So normally it means charming, imaginative, romantic, and following your dreams. But because it's in reverse, it's going to mean an illusion, escaping, fantasizing, unrealistic, immature, tricky, insincere, jealous. So hoo-wee. I don't know if you're in this rut. If you are, sorry. Or it could be a warning that, hey, if you don't change your shit or ways or maybe pay attention to something, you might end up here. But either way, like an illusion, escaping and fantasizing. So maybe you're in a good space, but maybe it's like not living in reality. Maybe you're just like in your own head too much. Just escaping reality too in order to have fun and have your harmony, good times and everything. You might be escaping reality. Insincere and jealousy. Maybe you're jealous of someone, or people are jealous of you because of the way you're living or how you perceive others living. But I would say this is more like a warning. Don't get caught up in this, but if you already are in some kind of a rut, just know you might have to break some habits to pull yourself out, because you want to live life. You want to keep hopes and dreams. You have things you want to do, shit to get done, passions you want to pursue. So maybe just keep that in mind. It's about being immature, which I could see maybe is that if you are stuck in this rut, naturally you'd be stubborn and immature and be like, I don't have a problem. You have a problem. Like, let's just use alcohol as a problem, because I know a lot of people will drink that. Well, I should say alcoholics drink it to escape reality of their pain and sorrow, and they just mask everything up. Oh, had a bad day at work. Time for some booze. Time to get drunk. Next time, I stubbed my toe. Can't deal with it. Time to get drunk. So they never work out their feelings and emotions. It's almost like they're bearing a part of themselves and numbing themselves to the pain. So maybe just don't numb yourself to the pain, or if stuff is going bad, think of maybe ways you can get around it, out of it, better yourself, or at least maybe the card's more of a warning. Don't fall into that pit, because you might get stuck there for a bit. All right, now we get to the third card, which is going to be represented by positive influences. So keeping in mind that you got out of the rut or you never fell in it, either way, good job, or defeated the raid boss. Good job. We get positive influence, card number 3, and that's represented by King of Swords, which has a whale shark. Pretty cool. Right, King of Swords. Once it loads, I will pull up the full description. Intelligence, truth, and power. Rational. Balanced, innovative, cooperation. Strength, committed, clarity. So maybe if you got out of the rut, good job, or you never fell into the rut, good job as well, because now you're in a better place regardless, or as Canadians say, irregardless. I don't know. I think that with this card, at least in particular, I feel like it's more like you got out of the rut. And you realize what true strength is, not to fall into temptation. You have the intelligence and or like wisdom to not fall into those traps again, or go into that very hurtful, dark place or whatever. Talks about the truth. Maybe you had to own up or admit to yourself or others that you had a problem, or you needed something that needed working out. But now you're more genuine, more authentic, and you're not going to hide your emotions or bottle up shit, or I guess you'll be in the short term more real with people up front instead of sugarcoating it. It talks about being innovative, so maybe you found some cool life hacks to deal with your issue and get through it, and now you can help others that may potentially have gone or going through those same issues. You might have a, hey, I've been there. Here are some things I did to get me out, or maybe this information will help you out. It talks about cooperation, so obviously maybe sometimes we don't do things alone. We get help along the way. Maybe you'll be helping others, or maybe now that you've come out with this, worked out your stuff, people are more willing to help you. So either way, very positive stuff coming ahead and going forward, regardless of if you fell in that rut or if you just avoided the rut altogether. The fourth card is going to be near future. We're just going to fast forward to your story a little bit, see where you are, how you're doing. And we get the Queen of Cups, which is represented by a Maine Coon cat. So cup, again, another, we had the King, and then we have the Queen of Cups, so the cards are going to be very closely related, I would say, because this talks about independent, fair, and direct, alone, determined, helpful guidance, unbiased, intelligent, great communication, because the other card talked about strength and was it intelligence? This is intelligent or independent, so, and it talks about helpful guidance, so maybe you got such good help, or well, now you're helping people, you're guiding people, and also talks about great communication, so maybe you learn how to communicate better. And I just don't mean talking better, because a lot of people think, oh, communication just means talking. I'm like, no, that's only part of communication. This understanding, this body language, just getting your message across. Does the person understand it, both literally for what you're saying, or maybe the meaning behind what you're saying? So it's not always just straightforward or binary with zeros and ones, but either way, you're able to convey your messages better, and people are also more receptive and able to receive and understand your messages better. It also talks about being unbiased and fair. So again, not sugarcoating anything. You're just saying like what it is, and the person can do what they want with that information. Like you're not going to change the outcome or the meaning of something based on how you feel. You're just like people need to know and see things or whatever for what it is, and that alone will let people determine what they would like to do because they have all the information instead of like say you or somebody withholding information or sugarcoating it. It also talks about being direct, so you're definitely done sugarcoating shit, and you're just gonna be like, okay, what's the actual problem? Stop beating around the bush. It also talks about being alone, so maybe you kind of became like a hermit or something, or people do reach out to you, but you're still like in your comfortable study doing your thing. You're just vibing. And also talks about being determined, so maybe even if you are alone or whatever the situation is or what you're doing, hobbies, passions, you're determined to live and see out. You set your goals for yourself. You're into stuff, you're passionate about stuff, you're gonna do it, you're gonna go through with it. All right, that's only the fourth card in near future. We're gonna get to the long-term results now, which is the fifth card. Kind of fast forward even more and see what's going on. And we get the card Justice with a magpie or magpie. I'm gonna say magpie bird. Let's pull up Justice. Once it loads, of course. Fairness, law, truth, harmony, accountability, choices, creating a vision, making decisions, agree or just decisions, period. Agreements, apology, gray area, truth, the law, fairness, and justice. So, much better place. No sugarcoating. Want to be fair to everyone, justice for all. But yeah, also talk about apology for maybe any wrongdoings you've done or you've done to other people have done to you. So a lot will reconcile there. Agreement, so maybe you're on a team or had a misunderstanding with people, but you took the time to sit down and talk things out and hash it out, and everything's good now. So again, more about good communicating direct with people, not sugarcoating it, using your feelings, conveying messages, them understanding it. Looks like you become a great communicator. It also talks about accountability, so you're willing to hold yourself accountable even for like misdeeds you've done. Like you're not, I guess, in a sense, better than anyone else. You're just like letting everyone know, hey, I'm human, just like all of you. I am just as vulnerable or protected as everyone else. Talks about making choices, so maybe you had some new opportunities in your life, you have to make a choice, but also talks about creating a vision and making decisions. So maybe you got something really cool cooking, or just a much brighter future for not only just yourself but for others, and you want to move forward and see what happens and what you find when you uncover more about yourself in the world. So a lot of just forward momentum, but a lot of this reading is more about you and personal growth, I feel. So that's the tarot reading. Now we're gonna do a bonus oracle card, which just has a positive, encouraging message, unrelated to the tarot reading. Just a little extra something I like to do. And we get John D. Vocation. Look at that guy. So bring your stuff to reality, man. You got stuff going on. Hobbies, passions, make it real. Execute the plan. Do it all. Do the things. Go after, seize what you want in life. So hopefully that was cool for you, and then we'll just shuffle and get to the next. All right, I'm gonna just pull up the timestamp. 51:30. Okay, this reading is for Sweet Hops Beer. Hey, Sweet Hops Beer, do a 5-card reading, kind of like a video game, story from your life, reading your script, whatever. First card's like the start of the journey, or just seeing what's going on. Second card is the obstacle. Might be something standing in your way, or something that needs addressing, or maybe something got you stuck in a rut. Great, difficult boss in the game, whatever. Third card will be positive influences. Like you defeated the boss. In an RPG, you're in town, you heal, you level up, you spend talent points, better equipment, you know. Fourth card is the near future, so we fast forward a little bit to see where you're going, if you're still playing this game, just how things are. And the fifth card is long-term results, or maybe like the ending credits, or maybe the final raid boss, or what have you. So the first card we get is 10 of Pentacles, represented by a Sheltie. Little happy dog. So let's go to Pentacles and number 10. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. Wealth, long-term success, contributing. Traditions, family connection, comfort, stability, safety, wealth, ancestry, financial security, financial gains, inheritance, community, goal reached. So a very comfy card. Set up for the future. You're contributing to others, either society, your friends, or your family, yourself. You're helping with your fortune. You're not being greedy. It talks about also stability and safety and wealth. So you're not losing or hemorrhaging or bleeding money. You're investing your money in people or your community. So that's a very, I would say, pretty cool and noble cause. It's not just throwing money at someone like, here, go buy yourself a sandwich. You're actually getting involved in people's lives and helping. So it talks about family connections, inheritance. So I don't know if some money came your way, or maybe even just something you might want to leave for your family or friends, an inheritance. So either way, things are looking really good, really comfortable spot right now. So the second card is going to be the obstacle. This card represents maybe something cock blocking you, difficult raid boss, you're running from something, just, or even like a warning, just like basically maybe theoretically the card's used against you, or maybe a warning, hey, if you don't cut your shit or pay attention to some warning signs or fix something, you might end up in a bad spot. And those cards are played in reverse, and tarot cards played in reverse have alternate meanings. So we get 6 of Swords, which is represented by Budapest pigeons. So it's going to look like this, and it's got alternate meanings, so I'll pull that up real quick. 6 of S words, okay. So normally the card means change, releasing, transition, letting go, going with the flow and traveling. But this is in reverse. It means difficulty is ahead. You're unable to let go, feeling stuck, little progress, stressed, avoiding reality, change of plans, facing the past, avoiding change. So a lot of this card is saying, hey, things are getting a little hard ahead. Don't know what's going on. Something's holding you back, maybe emotional baggage, you know, stuff in the past basically biting you in the ass. It could be torment, it could be trauma, which, you know, anything. So you're unable to let go, and that's causing you stress, and, well, yeah, that causes anyone to stress out. And you have to face the past, so it's really bugging you because maybe you want to get rid of it or get away from it or not be reminded of this thing, and it's in your face now. So again, unable to face the past, maybe unable to recognize and reconcile with it. Also talks about avoiding change, or maybe you know what you need to do, but the change is scary, or maybe that change is having to do with something from the past, or again, letting go of the baggage, or like facing up to someone, confronting someone. Also talks about change of plans, so maybe you had this great thing set up in life, things aren't going the way you want now, so it's like kind of, what do I do? But the little progress and feeling stuck naturally is you're going to feel stagnated because things are slowing down, and now you're living in real time with these stresses keeping you down. So it's almost like time's slowing down, but then you're stuck in this rut even longer, or it feels like you are. I also talked about avoiding reality, so maybe not coming to facts or terms with whatever's going on. You more just want to escape and relax or something and hide behind something and pretend it didn't happen and try to move on that way. So this card might be addressing something big from the past that you might have to let go. Sorry if you're stuck in a rut, because I know stuff's way easier said than done. Or it could be a warning saying, hey, you could fall in here, and if you fall in here, it's going to suck. So, but I feel like this card's more like you're in here now. Let's work on getting you out of this pit or hole. So assuming you worked with that, identified issues, or maybe a coping mechanisms, or get, just overall get through it. We're going to get to the third card, which is represented by positive influences. And we get the Ace of Cups, which has a Galapagos land iguana. Let's put them up here. Ace of Cups. Let's see what the cups have to say about this one. Once it loads, loading's good. Loading's great. Isn't loading the best? Okay. Ace of Cups, compassion, emotions, creativity. Renewed emotions, love, lots of feelings, happiness, sensitivity, creativity, abundance, compassion. Renewing love, psychic, intuitive, lots of emotions. That's kind of a doozy right there, because maybe whatever you did to get through all of that, work those things out, naturally going to leave you maybe crying a little sore, crying for joy. It's like, it's over, it's finally over, I can move on with my life. You just feel overall better, but the feeling's overwhelming because maybe you're in that pit or rut for so long, or whatever is maybe keeping you down was meant that much to you, or impactful, that finally when you're able to let go, get out of it, or just, move forward from it, you just overflowed with joy and you almost can't contain it or don't know what to do with it. And naturally when you feel good, maybe you're in the rut so long, maybe it was life changing for you. If it was, congratulations. So hence, being more sensitive, you have compassion, just everything's good around you. Too many emotions and lots of feelings to process. Also talks about creativity. So for me, I love doing artwork and stuff. So maybe now you're in a better place. Maybe you had this like weird, or just that artist block, but it was really all that not so cool stuff happening to you. So now you feel liberated and free to pursue more of your passion and creativity. And also the card talks about having compassion. So maybe now, you've been there, it sucks. You can help others that may fall into a similar rut and have empathy as well and compassion for them. Or maybe even help guide them out of that rut if they fall into the rut that you did, or, you're just a much better place right now, better person, and just overflowed with joy. So now we're going to go to the fourth card, which represents the near future, just to see what's going on. We fast forward a little bit in your story, and we get Ace of Pentacles, represented by a Palawan peacock pheasant. That's a mouthful. But anyway, Ace of Pentacles. So let's go down to Pentacle chart. Or is it manifesting, abundance, lack of planning, gifts, talents, financial improvement, prosperity, achievement, marital success, promotion, fertility, good things, manifesting, good investments. Things are looking up. I like how it says abundance, manifesting, things are coming true. Your talents you're using your talents, you're being creative, your passion and inspiration is just driving you to do more. Talks about promotion, maybe at a job, maybe picked up gigs. Achievement, maybe you reached a certain plateau and feel like, I did it, I made it there. But good investments, another one, so you're being wiser with your money and possessions and keeping stuff in mind and not frivolously spending or wasting money theoretically. So you're going to be investing either in yourself, others, you name it. Also, like the lack of planning, so maybe things are either A, falling into your lap, all stars are aligning just right, or maybe you don't have a plan and you're just going with the flow, or maybe because you're in a better situation, the whole idea of planning and strategizing is not in your vocabulary anymore. But either way, things are at least looking very up. So the fifth card is going to be long-term results, or maybe like kind of far future, or end game, final dungeon boss, raid, ending credits, you name it. And we get Eight of Cups featuring the raccoon. I think it's looking into like a fish tank or face, I don't know, there's fish in there, but the card is represented by a raccoon. Let's go to cups and go to the king. Okay, king of cups, emotional balance, compassion, moody. Feelings, generous, wealth of knowledge, good advice, good listener, confident, empowered, embiggened. So it talks about emotional balance. You have compassion for others. You've been through a lot of shit. You know, feelings. You know how to work out your emotions, better feelings, as well as maybe help others interpret their feelings and emotions. You're able to give good advice. You're actually listening to people, not just, them talking one, words in one ear, out the other. Like you're actually paying attention and you're caring. And it talks about generous. So maybe, again, it doesn't always have to be money, but you're generous with your time. You're lending it ear. You're giving time or giving of yourself to listen to someone else and maybe help them out. And it talks about being confident. You're confident in your decisions. You come a long way. You know what's up. The card talks about being empowered and embiggened and emboldened. So you're much stronger now, but you're going to be moody because maybe you were burned so much in the past by other people that, you're going to have a little chip on your shoulder, or maybe people come to you for meaningless or very small things. You're like, come to me. Or if you want to have like deep talk, important stuff, not just like shooting the shit. Like, how's the weather today? And you're like, good. What do you want to talk about? And then they're like, that's it. And then you're like, oh. But again, much better place in the future. The second card got a little scary, but at least it all looks like it came together pretty good. Now we're going to do a bonus card, which is just an oracle card, independent from the reading. Just a little lucky charm, cherry on top, fortune cookie, message of encouragement. We have the cauldron, representing rebirth. Embrace the new you. You did all that work to get out of any rut, negative feelings. You evolved. You better as a person. You leveled up, as if it's like an RPG, and now you're reborn. So embrace the new you. Hopefully that was good for you, and we will get to the next reading shortly. All right, let's see who is up next. Okay, 1 hour and 5 minutes. All right, this reading is for Jolly These Bees. And again, do a 5-card Jolly These Bees. We do a 5-card spread. Tells a little story about you. And the second card, the obstacle, is played in reversed, and reverse cards have alternate meanings. Let's get right to it. The start of your journey, new game, whatever you want to call it. And we get 7 of Cups, represented by the European Badger. Very specific. So let me go to Cups. And we get 7 and see what we got. Okay, 7 of Cups. Opportunities, choices, wishes. Not focused, confusion, lots of options, opportunities, wishful, fantasizing, feeling lost, indecisive, visions, dreams, and choices. So you got a lot of things you want to do. You want to do all the things. A lot of passion, inspiration, drive, but at the same time, you're not focusing your efforts maybe where they should be. That sounds kind of harsh. Just figuratively where they should be, and it's going to lead to not focused and confusion because you have the ideas, you kind of know how to execute them, but you're kind of all over the place trying to do all the things and not getting things done or getting the things you really want to do done. Talks about visions and dreams. So maybe again you have something but you don't know how to bring it to life. So it could be like, for my example, I do artwork like drawings. I might have an idea in my head. I'll try to draw. It just doesn't come out the way I want it to, or the idea in my head looks way better and way cooler than what I can actually physically produce. That could be something with you. Talks about you have lots of options at least. So maybe many talent trees or roads that go down what you want to do. You have a lot of choices, so you're not stuck. You have options. It also talks about being wishful and fantasizing. So maybe you're kind of stuck because you're delaying making a decision on what you want to focus on, what you want to put your life and energy and effort into. But at least you have options out there. So just like kind of figuring out what do you, or maybe you can do all the things, but maybe you have to decide what order you want to do them in. So it's like, what do I really want to do? What can I, for my dreams and visions, what's the thing that's maybe sitting on the back burner, something you're really passionate about that you haven't actually done? It's maybe time to look into doing that. So the second card is going to be the obstacle. Represents something, literally obstacle, something in your path impeding your forward momentum or movement. Be a little trap in the ground. Could be getting cock blocked. It could be a difficult raid boss. It could be emotional baggage. It could even just be warning signs. But those cards are played in reverse, and reverse tarot cards have alternate meanings. But we get Nine of Swords, which has a harbor seal. But again, it's going to be in reverse, so it's actually going to look like this. But let me pull up Nine of S words and see what it has to say. So we got a better idea of what's going on. Nine of Swords, worry, fear, anxiety. That's what it normally means, but this is in reverse. So nightmares ending, hopeful, good news, trust, worry is over, healing time, better future, secrets, anxiety released. So very fun that this card is in the upside down position, because it's saying this might not even be a warning. This might be like, good job, you're on the good path, keep it up. Or like in Monopoly, you go to this spot on the map, you pass go, and you do collect $200. It talks about nightmares ending. Maybe you've been stuck with something troubling you, either with other people, yourself, work, job, money woes, whatever, but it's coming to an end. So conclusion. Good news. So things are looking better. Worry is over. So maybe again, whatever's keeping you down, maybe you really worked it out and now you can only go up. Better future, healing time. So you have time to just be like, okay, I know it sounds like you made up your mind and you know the path and stuff you want to do, and now you're just reaping the benefits of feeling good for doing what you want to do, what you're passionate about. Maybe you need to have a talk with someone and they kept putting it off, and then finally, like, no, we need to talk. And you actually like worked and hashed things out or had a better understanding with whomever. But it forged more trust because maybe people were against your ideas, but then you're letting them know, hey, I'm actually doing this, confident or not, like I'm doing this. It's my decision, for better or for worse. I want to do these things or this thing. And just the overall hopefulness it's like a very positive card. So good job. Then we'll get to the third card, which represents positive influences. And we get Six of Cups, which has Chinese pangolin. So we'll go right to cups and 6. Then we'll see what's up. Okay, 6 of Cups. Past memories, innocence, joy. Happy memories, old friends. Anniversary, celebration, moving, children. Living in the past, playful. So very fun card. Past memories, talk about the good times. Innocence and joy, just the overall good vibe, but it also talks about potentially moving, maybe kids or children in your future. Talks about celebration, anniversary, old friends, maybe people came back from your past, but like in a good way. And, just general innocence and joy, being playful. Like, I guess in a way when people go, oh, remember the good times, or like, remember when we were kids, we used to just have fun and like eat berries and like run around outside, kind of like that stuff. Welcome in, Wind. I'm currently doing off a queue. Followers and subscribers can request tarot readings. I could try to fit them in, but for now, I'm just doing readings. So if you want to join in, you'd have to follow. But just a quick little warning: people follow to get a reading, then unfollow. They're blacklisted for me and a group of other tarot readers because we've noticed that people just do that. So I have no problem reading for you. Just have to be a follower. But again, if unfollow later, we have bots and stuff that it just blacklist people from getting readings, and I like doing readings. But yeah, so if you would like one, how to follow. I don't use the bot commands or join or anything, so you just have to be here for it. All right, so the fourth card we get to is going to be the near future. We just fast forward a little bit in your journey, see what's up, what's going on. And we get the Page of Wands, represented by a Quokka. Don't know what a Quokka is, but it looks cool. The Page of Wands. There. Page of Wands. Ideas, potential, inspiration, passion, excitement, enjoy life, good news, courage, enthusiasm, resourceful, new ideas, growth. The hot dog. Here we go. Passion and excitement. You're full of ideas. Enthusiastic. You're good news. You have the courage maybe to follow your hopes and dreams, even if things look bad or maybe unpractical or not as practical, but it's something you care about, something you're into. So that's all the, in my opinion, the validation you need to pursue your hobbies and passions is that you are the one into it. You're not being tricked or, fooled. You're not lying to yourself. You're being genuine. And it talks about growth, so you're going in a very good direction. So now we're going to get to the fifth card, which is the long-term results, or maybe end game, ending credits, final raid boss, what have you. And we get Six of Swords. We just did that last reading, but that was in reverse, so maybe have a little bit better meanings this time around. Hey, Zareth. Six of Swords. Yep, you can use, I think, 200 or 250, I forget, channel points to redeem trivia that you can answer. And I believe they're typically multiple choice questions. Okay, Six of Swords. Change, releasing, transition. Letting go, better ahead, leaving a painful past. Go with the flow, traveling, moving, endings, relief. So like almost like Death Junior, the card. It talks about leaving a painful past. Maybe shit was bad or burdening you. You're leaving, you're dumping it behind. You're moving on. Talks about getting relief from it. You're lurking. Okay, have a good lurk. Thanks for chilling. Talk about ending. So closing chapters, but it sounds like you want to start new somewhere else. So you're letting go. Brighter future ahead. Go with the flow. And just change is coming. So maybe things you did realize you didn't want, you did want. Maybe the past came to bite you in the butt, or whatever. You're still better off for it. Maybe something you did wasn't successful, and you're like, okay, this didn't work out, but I'm still confident. I still want to do stuff. I still have other ideas and passions and hobbies. So maybe it might even be on to the next, because you do want to do a lot of things, all the things that you're naturally maybe doing like a little trial and error. Maybe this might be the first time you failed, or maybe something didn't work out, or maybe you just simply changed your mind. Or whatever you're into and doing, you weren't vibing with anymore. So either way, change. And now we're going to do a quick free oracle card, just an extra bonus card unrelated to the reading, just a message of encouragement. And we get Ursula Kemp, and it means family. So maybe just be a family man. Maybe you won't forget them. You bringing your family and friends with you on your journey and change because you want to help out everyone, not just yourself, but you want everyone to grow. Or maybe just pay attention to family and your traditions. So many options. But I hope that was cool for you. And now I'm going to shuffle again and get on to the next. Just give me a sec and we'll get to the next one in the queue. Okay, let me pull up the 1 hour 17:30. Okay, the next reading we're going to do is for non-binary taffy. So non-binary and taffy, we do a 5-card spread. Take a look at your life story, history, book, what's up ahead, whatever you want to call it, your script. Or if it's a video game, you're playing a game, and we're going to see where it goes. 5-card spread. First card is new game or journey, just seeing what's going on. Second card is the obstacle, something standing in your way or something you may need to pay attention to in order to proceed, or maybe a warning. Third card is positive influences. Fourth card is near future, and fifth card is long-term results. Chipperdoodle and PA says, Mod lurk, but I'm in the shadows. Okay, always appreciate it. Thank you. Who's on? Who'll be streaming? Nick. Or I should say Tokyo. The Sheeb. Alright, non-binarian taffy. The first card we get is 9 of Wands, and we just pulled that one. Even after the shuffle it comes up. So let's pull it up again. Except this time it's at the starting and not in reverse or anything. So let me quickly pull that up. 9 of Wands, faith, persistence, courage. Standing up for your beliefs, on guard, final challenge, protecting yourself, strength, determined, and wounded warrior. So already we're starting off a little strong. I like the wounded warrior part because it talks about maybe you've been burned in the past or got dunked on by other people. Yes, it's unfortunate and it sucks that you go through or have gone through that, or but at least now you know who you, I guess more of who you can trust, who you let into your life. It's like you have a, hence the being on guard part, you have a shield up now, you're still welcoming people, but you're like, hey, you're gonna trauma dump on me or do some really nasty shit to me, or you know, just you get the bad vibes, like, sorry, don't come any closer, please. That's about final challenge, and maybe you've been training for something for a really long time, and now it's almost time, it's go time for whatever that may be. Talks about courage and persistence, and determined. So you're standing up. You're not gonna take people's shit. You got this big thing coming up that you're going all out on. It could be a job interview, fight, a gig, just or something you believe in, or something you want to do. It's having faith too, so you believe in it and in yourself. You know how to again protect yourself because you've been burned many times in the past. So it's like that saying, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me." But the second card is going to be the obstacle. This is going to be played in reverse, and if anyone's not familiar with reverse tarot cards, it means it has alternate meanings. So we get the Ace of Wands, which is represented by a albino rat. And the first card was a harbor seal. Pretty cool, this guy's got a paintbrush. But it's going to be upside down, so it's going to look like that. So let me go to Ace of Wands. I'll read you the regular meaning real quick, and then we'll tell you what the reverse meaning is, since you got it in reverse. Normally, Ace of Wands means inspiration, growth, but yet delays, and seeing the potential. But because it's in reverse, it's going to mean lacking passion and pleasure. Want to be more excited. You want to fix things. Well, we are all feeling a bit down. You're not motivated. Don't know what to do. Delays related to a new beginning. Having a hard time seeing the opportunities are good. Lacking passion again. Before it said lacking passion, pleasure, but now it says lacking passion and lacking direction. It says you don't know what to do. Maybe you want to do all the things, but you're overwhelmed. You don't know what to do or what to focus on. Having a hard time seeing the good and stuff because whatever's got you down. You know, the severity of the context is all, case by case basis, but whatever's got you down has really got you stuck in a rut, and it's causing you to lose motivation and passion for what you want to do. Even though you want to do it, you just feel maybe drained. Talks about not motivated. Naturally, when shit just goes bad, or a lot of baggage, or things not going your way, or just not cool stuff happening to you, or naturally, it's got to make anyone feel down and not motivated. And some people might make them angry and do better, but that doesn't work for me. So people think, oh, well, you proved the world wrong or something. I'm like, no, you gotta treat me like shit or keep me down. It's just gonna make me feel like shit. It's not gonna inspire me or get me mad enough to change. It's just gonna put me down even more. So that's always something. It says delays related to a new beginning. So maybe you do have something on the back burner or something you want to do or try that's different or something you're really into and passionate about, but because of all the fear and everything, you just feel like you can't quite go ahead. It says you want to fix things, so maybe you want to help since you're down in this rut. Maybe you just want to help others and stuff, but it's also, again, very hard. But like that's maybe the only thing that's cheering you up or making you feel good is that you can see other people like, I want to help them. I want to fix things with them. Because it's like almost like I can't handle myself right now. Who can I help? And hey, Gravy Train, how's it going? That's just the second card. So you might be in that rut, or it might be a warning saying, hey, you might fall in this rut or pit. So, but I feel like this card's more talking about you're in this rut now, so we need to work on you getting through it. I would say over it, but that's a harsh term because I know it's easier said than done. It's more complicated, but essentially that is it. Is how to work with it and heal and from it and all that. But how are you doing, Gravy Train? Hope you're doing good. Okay, having fun. I'm doing all right. I've slowly been going back to work. It's been kicking my ass, so I had to ask for reduced hours just so until I get into the swing of things again. But even if I have back in the swing of things, it still may be hard, but what I'll just have to figure that out. Right, non-binary and Taffy, you're going to get to the third card, so assuming you got through that, worked it out, healed, grew, or had help along the way, whatever. We're going to get to the third card, positive influences. We get 4 pentacles, which is represented by a fox. Not a specific breed of fox, just a generic fox. Let me go down to 4. Let's see what we can find. Oh geez, and I totally understand that. Yeah, some of the shit goes deep and hard. Hits right where it hurts. Well, why am I
my
losing?
goodness!
Okay, there we go.
Oh my god! I'm running.
Give a tier 1 sub to Chipperdoodle NPA. Thank you so much, Gravy Train. And there's a super trivia if anyone wants to do it. It's exclamation point SA, which stands for super answer, space the answer. And I have no idea of that question, so I'm not even going to attempt that. And I'm also doing a reading, but thank you so much, Gravy Train. In fact, I'm just going to replay that again because I love the sound so much.
Oh my goodness! Oh my god! I'm running.
Panic room. No explosion. Oh, I don't know if re-triggering, replaying the event might cause another super trivia, but whatever. Anyway, sorry, non-binary and Taffy. So positive influences, you got 4 pentacles, which means saving money, security, and control. Ownership, solid financial situation, financial gains. Hold on to your possessions. Overly cautious, inheritance, true values. Not seeing things clearly, regretful of choices. Get in writing. Maybe like contracts and stuff, get it in writing. Being careful, saving money, controlling. So it's funny because the actual card, the traditional artwork for this card is a guy holding on to his treasure, like he's afraid to let go. So, talks about financial gain, so maybe things are looking up. Maybe you worked harder and got yourself out of a rut or financial woes, and now things are starting to look good, but naturally, you're going to be saving your money more, maybe being wiser with it because you might be afraid of losing it or just getting in that rut again of being low funds or not having money or being broke. So it's like You're not seeing things clearly now because you're so afraid of the money disappearing. It talks about being controlling, that you're almost like Scrooge McDuck syndrome. Like you can't spend your money. Your money is your social status. It's like, maybe, let's just say as an example, maybe you're like rock bottom and you got out of it. So now you're so scared that you might fail again or go rock bottom that you're more clinging. You're going to try to be wise with your money, but then you're also going to be a little more creepier and just, you're going to be on edge more and more thinking about your finances. And things might not be as organic, or you may not go with the flow as much. So just keep that in mind, but things are looking good. At least that's something that it's looking good, but then it might be going to your head a little bit in different ways that you might have never imagined. So to go to the fourth card, which is the near future, where we fast forward a bit just to see what's going on, how you're doing. And we get the Three of Swords, and it has a spotted garden eel. And judging by the card, as you can tell, it is a very sad one. So let's just jump right into it, and I'll read it off. Snake is crying. He's got the stress right there, kind of like Darkest Dungeon. We get stressed out. Okay, Three of Swords. Heartbreak, sorrow, and hurt. Loss, irritable, conflict, misunderstandings, hurt feelings, heartbroken, stress, painful situations, stressful change, deep emotion. So pretty much all those descriptions match. You can just look at the card and get a sense of that. But maybe you did get so scared you lost money.
Time for your medication, Chimera.
Thank you, M Boogers, for the biddies. So maybe it's saying you lost your money again. Maybe you're in a rut again, rock bottom, and now you're just overwhelmed with pain. Or maybe it could even be family members, friends, whatever. It says misunderstanding, so maybe they took you being extra cautious and money hungry is that you want to have money to do the things you need to do to function, and you were scared of falling back down or something. So I don't know, hurt feelings, heartbroken. So maybe friends or family betrayed you, or you betrayed them, or things didn't work out, breakups, friendships ended. A lot of shit spinning around in your head because of all the things going on. It says painful situation, so maybe you're back, unfortunately, in a bad place. So naturally, it's like your head spinning, like, oh no, I'm here again. It's happening all over again. And now you're worried, is this my destiny? Is it permanent? Can I get out of it? No, I'm reading off the queue right now, and Boogers. Talks about being irritable, which, well, naturally, anyone's going to be pissed off and irritable if shit's going bad. Talks about loss, so maybe you lost a family member, friend, even money, or just something of value to you, even if it's symbolic or just like a possession, something you lost. Hence, hurt feelings. Stressful change, so maybe you have to come to facts, or you're forced to deal with some kind of change that is stressful and bad for you. So a little hurt coming ahead, but we got one more card left, long-term results, to see how this all wraps up and maybe not turn it around, but just see where it goes and takes us. We get Seven of Pentacles, represented by dwarf hamsters. So I believe this is a very positive card with a little subtlety or caveats to it. Let me go to Pentacles. 7. Let it load. Okay, Seven of Pentacles, results, investment, bigger view. Growth over time, reevaluating what you are growing. Hard work pays off. Patience, wanting to see the results. Hard work. Reflecting on growth. Progress. Time for change. Not satisfied with the growth. Reevaluating everything. So, okay, you honed your skills, you got through stuff, things got back on track, you're doing good. You invested your time, but it's now saying you're getting results, your hard work is paying off, but is it really what you want to do? Do you want to keep doing it? Do you want to change? So it's like, okay, I'm good with this, I'm getting stable. Well, I guess the original artwork is a guy with a heart, looks like a farmer, and he's getting a good harvest, but he's staring at it. He's like, what am I growing this? Why am I growing this? Am I growing this for me? Am I growing this for others? So just, you invested your time. So for me, it'd be like, do I want to do more artwork? Do I want to do more tarot readings? Do I want to do more gamings for my streams? I guess could be one thing. Is it a quick example? is you invested your time in something, but now you're like, do I keep investing my time in it and or money, or do I do something else, or do I split it up, or like investing in businesses and like the stock market and all that? It's like, okay, do I want to spread my money out and invest in multiple things? Do I want to go all in on something? Do I want to just change what I'm investing in? So a lot of thinking, but at least you're in a much better place than before, because that fourth card is pretty scary. So now you're in a little bit better control. Now you're more choosing what do you want to invest your time in. So now we get the fifth card, which is a oracle card independent from the reading, and we get like almost a word of encouragement. We get the cow, which represents care. So don't be afraid to do self-care. I know some people might say it's being selfish, but fuck them. Sometimes you have to be selfish if that's how they really want to see it. And you're caring, you care for others,
Take your medication, Chimera.
you care for those around you, so just overall care and warmth. So you might be a source of care. So I hope that was cool for you. And if you have any questions or want to discuss it further, you can always hit me up on Telegram, Discord, Twitter, DM, whatever you want. Let's see, we've got a super trivia, super answer in 45 seconds for 25 cuteness points. Category Historic Bingo. G. 1962. He obtained the Earth for the first time on Feb 20th. Have no idea who that is. And thank you for the bits again, and boogers. If you happen to, I think you get 2 answer attempts. If that is what you desire. Let me quickly, sorry, out of time, John Glenn. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that? I am boogers. Just adding you to the list. And I'll do it right now. Okay, let's see, what's the time on? 1:34. 1 hour, 34 minutes, even. Okay, since you've been here for these, you kind of know how they work, so let me just shuffle and then we'll get to the reading. Oops. See, I was playing the cards like that. That one that fell out, I would have played in reverse, regardless of what position it was in. Okay. So let's begin the journey. As you are aware, we do a 5-card spread. Second card's the obstacle, played in reverse. Let's check it out. The world, represented by a red panda. So very positive, empowering, and beginning card. Talks about ending cycles, starting something new, letting go. Like almost like cycling. You're traveling the world, completion, possibilities. Starting something new, time to end something, completing things, a new world, ending old chapters, making it after all, new cycles, conclusions, fulfillment, reaching a goal, success, best outcome, fresh start, and travel. So the world is your oyster. Nothing's going to keep you down. Maybe it's time to end something in your life and start something new. It could be artwork, hobbies, passions, life, friends, family. Talks about possibilities, so I like the idea of the possible of travel and just a lot of completing, a lot of things going, almost like a big circle or cycle. Okay, you end this, time to start something else. You close one door, another door opens, but this is all about you as a person and like your opportunities, your hobbies, your passion, things you want to do. So just a lot of very good, big, bold vibes right now. But let's see what the second card has to say, which is going to be the obstacle. Might be something a warning or maybe something used against you, or pay attention to something, or might reveal more, something that needs addressing. And we get 10 of Swords, which is a pretty sad card, but the funny thing about this, we'll see what it means in reverse. Now it's represented by a black cat. 10 of S words. Where are you? So 10 of Swords usually means wounds, loss, endings, and crisis, but in reverse, the worst is done, resisting change, healing, recovery, improvement, seeing the good in a difficult situation, learning from the past. So it's funny because it talks about the worst is over, but yet you're resisting the change. Talks about healing and recovery, so good vibes. Talks about improvements. It talks about seeing the good in like a bad or difficult situation. Those are the soundtrack. Let me put on something else real quick. But also talks about learning from the past. So anything that bothered you in the past or not going well, naturally you're gonna remember stuff, I guess. So still very good. So no real using against you there. It's an obstacle. It's almost feels like a freebie. Like Pasco do collect $200. So let's go on to the third card, which is going to be represented by positive influences. Even though the second one was pretty positive, but we're going to dig even deeper. And we get Ace of Cups, which has the Galapagos land iguana. Ace of Cups, where are you? I'm doing the reading for you right now. This is your reading. This is the reading. Screw you. All right, I'll go over it in a second. So you have the world, which means completion, cycling, endings, and new beginnings, seeing the bigger picture, travel, completion, seeing the world, a new perspective on life. It's like a big happy loop. So it's like you're setting goals for yourself, you're achieving goals, onto the, when you complete one, you're like, okay, on to the next thing I want to do. Again and again, the world is the oyster. The second card talked about just, you know what? I have to pull it up again because I have not familiarized myself with all the cards yet. So that was 10 of Swords. Open you up again real quick because I just read that. I still want to make sure you at least understand. So the worst is done, resisting change, healing, recovery, improvement, and seeing the good in a difficult situation and learning from the past. So at least things are going good, but yet you're resisting the change, even though the worst is over. Good times are ahead. You can now even see the good in like the bad things or not so cool things. And you're learning from the past, so at least you have a better head on your shoulders. That leads to positive influences. We got the Ace of Cups, which represents compassion, emotions, and creativity, love, renewed emotions, lots of feelings, happiness, sensitivity, creativity, abundance, compassion, renewing love, psychic, intuitive, and lots of emotions. So you're just pouring and drowning in feelings and emotions or feels. It's about renewed stuff, so maybe you rekindled with stuff. Love, metaphorically, figuratively, literally, you name it. Talks about happiness, abundance, you have what you need. You might even have more than what you need, but you're in a very good spot, so I guess maybe no worries there type of a thing. Talks about psychic, which is interesting. Maybe your mind or you're going somewhere fun. Talks about being intuitive, so that's always cool. But I guess the big thing, creativity too. So you're having fun while doing this. This isn't like some charade or bullshit you're doing, and you're enjoying it. Now we're going to fast forward a little bit to the fourth card, which is the near future, and just see where it's kind of going. We have the King of Cups, which is a gecko. So let me pull up the King of Cups. Where are you, King? There's a little lemon there, grapefruit or something. Oddly, it's cut in half. And in the wild, I don't think you would cut it in half. You got a ton of geckos at your old place. King of Cups. Emotional balance, compassion, moody. Feelings, generous. Wealth of knowledge, good advice, good listener. Confident, empowered, emboldened, embiggened. With this one, yet you have a little chip on your shoulder, moody, maybe because you come a long way, you know how to take care of stuff, get things done. So maybe the moodiness could be caution, or like you've done it so much, it's like been there, done that, I know what I'm doing. I'm confident in myself. Also talks about good advice and listeners, so along your journeys and path, you know how to actually listen to people, not just listening to what they're saying, but you're listening to their emotion, their body language, everything that comes along with communication. Not just the, the verbal speech part, which is a majority of it, but it's also a part of communication. It's not the whole package. Let's talk about you being generous, so maybe you're giving of your time, giving of yourself, helping others. And again, you're going to feel empowered, emboldened, and embiggened from all of that because people seek you out for help, advice, and you feel confident in the fact that you're not full of shit, you're not lying to yourself, you're not like, you don't have an ego. But at the same time, the moodiness might also come from, don't come to me with small shit that you can easily work out yourself. Come to me with like deep conversation, real talk. Like if you want to have a real conversation or real advice session, let's do it. But if you're going to complain or be like, what flavor ice cream should I get today? Or something small like that, you're like, get out of here. But hey, Jinjin, thanks for the lurk. But wealth of knowledge, so you have a lot of knowledge, but again, maybe just keep in mind. But anyway, you're feeling more confident, empowered, so always a good thing. So we're going to the fifth card, which is long-term results, maybe far future end credits, or even like final boss, or just a big moment in your life, or just the overall experience. And we get Queen of Swords, which is represented by a Shetland pony. So where are my S words? Come on, load. Put on some Earthworm Gem. Okay. Queen of Swords. Independent, fair and direct. Alone, determined, helpful guidance, fair, unbiased, intelligent, great communication. So this card talks even more about communicating and being, because the other one talked about good advice, good listener. This one's talking about great communication, being intelligent, unbiased, and fair. So you're not going to sugarcoat stuff. But I mean, you'll still be able to spare people's feelings, but you'll be able to deliver them the actual message and not hint or play mind games or withhold information. You're going to lay it out for them. And then you're going to be like, this is the information. Do what you want with it. I'm just giving you the info. And you're going to be, again, direct, hence not sugarcoating it. You're not going to cut to the chase. You're going to, everything you say and do is going to have meaning to it. It's not going to be small and forgetful stuff. Like everything you do has a purpose and meaning. Also talks about being alone and independent, so maybe self-sufficient. It could be financially, it could be with people, but either way, you're confident, you're empowered, you're on your own. And if you have people around you, cool too, but you're not afraid to be alone. Like you're just vibing, you're doing your thing. And, maybe people come to you now, maybe they seek you as a source of comfort. You like help someone on to the next. So maybe like in the past or another, or like in Darkest Dungeon, you're the Emperor, where he would help and listen to the leopards, even though his kingdom and advisors told him, don't go near the leopards, you'll get leprosy. But he said, fuck that, I want to help my people. But then in the end, he ended up getting leprosy and forced into exile. But anyway, hopefully you don't get leprosy. But again, determined, direct, help. I guess the best part is just great communication, because then you know how to really talk to people and let them understand you. So it's like there's not going to be as much confusion or people like, oh, I didn't understand you or use complicated words. No, you're. And if anyone has a problem, understanding you, you're going to be like, you can easily clarify. You're not going to get mad. Like some people I know hate repeating themselves, so people just don't get it. People I know really don't like having to rephrase their words. But with you, that's not going to be a problem. And if it is, you'll just reword it for them, maybe so they can get the message, get through. And hey, Jack. So that was the long-term results. Now I'm going to do the bonus fortune cookie card, which is a oracle card, completely independent, but I like to complement the reading. I get the Witch of Endor. Premonition. So maybe you got shit going down, things are coming. Is this again? Oh shit.
Welcome to the asylum. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you for the follow, Jada. Or Hada. But yeah, so premonition, maybe you know something's coming. So keep an eye on that. Good or bad, people try to treat it as bad, but maybe you know something you don't. Maybe the spirits are communicating to you, saying, hey, this thing's going to happen. Or maybe get ready. Again, good or bad, that's up to you. I think you just got a thing for chicks from Endor. But yeah, I also timestamped the VOD for you, so if you do want to check it out later, your reading's at 1 hour and 34 minutes. 1 hour even. So in case you want to just go over it again, I keep the VODs up. I think Twitch keeps them.
Pay for your medication, Chimera.
Thank you for the bits. I think Twitch keeps them up for like 2 weeks. I'm debating if I should upload them to YouTube. Because most of the readings lately are off a list and queue, but I'm using people's I'm making everyone anonymous. So I'm giving them fake names and stuff. So they maybe don't feel called out. Or maybe other people might be embarrassed. So at least I may upload these recent ones to YouTube because it doesn't have anyone's actual names. Well, except for yours, because you're here live. You got to do SA, then the name. Like this. Yeah, like that. But, oh man, unfortunately I typed it out, so I got the points. Ravon, I don't know what you mean. I have no idea what you mean by that. She was your future, LOL. Yeah, I'm just shuffling, getting ready for the next. Victoria's Secret. Nope, that's not it. Try again. I think you get 2 answers. I'm not sure. Someone told me the other day in SM Charles' stream. Yo, get the fuck out of here. How? Secret Santa? Like, I understand it was Victoria's Secret, but then Santa, like, that must have been a really specific one. Hello, Phantom Punk. Sorry, Seven, you were close. I feel like you were robbed. Here, we'll do one more super trivia. Super trivia. And I also feel bad for M Boogers, because I was showing him how to type it, and then I ended up getting it. Rhyming phrases. Try not to laugh at this. The output of a currency counterfeiter. Good luck with that one, chat. Alright, that should be good for the shuffle. Let me just pull up the timestamp. 151:20. 151:20. Okay. This one is for Doc's Master Socks. So Doc's Master Socks, we do a 5-card reading here. Pretty straightforward. Second card I usually play in reverse because that position is represented by the obstacle, but I'll still quickly explain it as it goes on. Okay, so we get, for the first card, Start of Your Journey, opening new game file, whatever you would like to call it, and we get the Magician, which is represented by white tigers. A little family. Happy little family. But let's start with this. So it means manifesting, control, power, tapping into your creativity pretty much. But let me just pull up the chart so I can read it better. Manifesting, planning, and power. Mastery, achieving goals, visualization, new skills, self-confidence, step into your magic, know that you are magical. You are the conduit. Step into your power and direct your energy to what and where you want it to. So pretty good as a start because it's saying you're training, you're learning, you're doing stuff, new skills, forward momentum, you're growing. It could be so many things, games, works, hobbies, passions, skills, or just anything that you're into. You're doing the thing. You're talking the talk and you're walking the walk. And you have ideas, hence the visualization. You have self-confidence, you're embiggened, you feel good about what you're doing, you're taking action, it's just basically you're doing in a very good and positive, upbeat way. And then I think the biggest thing into this card is saying tap into your power, which could be many things, but in this case, maybe your creativity, your imagination. Don't be like really it's time to sit down and like really unleash. The thing I like best about the card is to direct your energy to and where and what you want. That's always a plus because you don't have time for bullshit or take people's lies or menial stresses of the world. Like you're gonna put and focus on what you want, what you're into, and you're gonna flow much better because of it. It's gonna be a better overall experience. Put on some music real quick or change it. Good. Try some of this real quick. Okay. So just very good start. But we're going to get to the second card, which is represented by the obstacle or maybe a warning. Maybe you get stuck in a rut. Who knows? And welcome in, 7. Sorry if I didn't say that, and everyone. We get 8 of Pentacles represented by a pug. But again, it's going to be played in reverse, so it's going to have alternate meanings. But let me pull up the Agate Pentacles. All right. So normally it means perfecting mastery, developing skills, and training, which is funny because that it was played normally. That would go very good with the Magician, meaning you're in that training arc. But in reverse, it's going to mean impatient, pretending, misusing your skills, unemployed, dishonest, false sense of security, and tedious work. So maybe you're not really into whatever you're doing currently or something coming up. And your soul's not into it. You're still going to do it because, you want to do things, you want to complete it, but maybe your heart's not in it. Maybe you're having second thoughts. Maybe you're discouraged, but you're forcing yourself to do something you don't want to. And hence the pretending. You're pretending everything's good and fine, even though it's not. You're being dishonest maybe with yourself or other people being dishonest with you. The work is very tedious and exhausting. So it's like, all right, I'm not into this. Maybe you're obligated like a contract or something to finish the work, but you're like, I'm so not into this. It talks about potentially being unemployed, so maybe this is a gig you gotta do and you need the money. So it's like, even though you don't feel like doing it, you're trying to persevere through it because you're like, I need money, I'm out. I also talk about false sense of security, so maybe you're pretending everything's fine or this gig's gonna really pay out in the end, even though it might just pay out minimally. It also talks about misusing your skills and talents. So maybe using them for the powers of bad or evil or whatever is a simple way to put it. But also talk about being impatient because maybe you really need the money. Maybe this gig or whatever it is you're working on or doing, you just want to get done as soon as possible to get your payout and then on to the next thing. So you're already maybe not into it, or maybe just something's wrong and you're not feeling it. Maybe people are being discouraging. Maybe things change during this thing that you're doing and made you reevaluate the situation. So keeping that in mind, we're going to get to the third card, which is positive influences. So maybe you got out of that rut, or maybe these cards are just the warnings, but either way, you made it to positive influences. And you get the Ace of S words, which is represented by a timber wolf. So let's go to Ace of Swords real quick. See what it has to say. Okay. Success, ideas, clarity, strength, intellect, new ideas, new beginnings, new projects, breakthroughs, mental clarity, thinking, overcoming obstacles, rationalizing. So, holy cow, this card literally talks about overcoming obstacles and new ideas, new projects, and new beginnings. So maybe you ditched those other obligations or projects that you had, or maybe you completed them and you're very unsatisfied with them. So now you're like, I want to do more of what I actually care about, what I want to do regardless of money, or maybe things that just have you more excited. And you're going to dip into that, and then you're going to find success and strength in that because you're going with the flow, you're more into it, you're more passionate about it, things are falling together, you're being successful at it, you're pulling it off, hence the breakthrough, and you're just in a better mental state too, because you're like, this feels right, this feels good. All those other projects or whatever have you didn't feel as good. You wish everyone felt like this one because it just feels natural and right to do. So that's pretty, some hipsters would say that's pretty gnarly. But we're going to get to the fourth card, which is the near future, and we're just going to fast forward just a little bit to see how it's all going where you're at. We get 10 of Pentacles with the Sheltie dog. Let's go to 10 of Pence. See what it has to say. Wealth, long-term success, contributing, traditions, family connection, comfort, stability, safety, wealth, ancestry, financial security, financial gains, inheritance, community, goal reach. This card is your work and passions are paying off. You have long-term success. You're finally getting, I won't say like super wealthy, but you know, financial gains are there. You're contributing to society or your friends and family. So you're also helping. You're not just being greedy, say, with your money and stuff. Maybe you get inspired. Maybe you're making more money than you thought you had. You're in a comfortable place with your finances, and now you want to also help either, say, like your local community, your town, other family or friends pursue their hopes and dreams. So you're going to be contributing in a lot of people's lives. On the scale, I don't know, but it could be a group, it could be a few individuals, but you're going to be a part of helping fuel also other people's success because you're like, I did it, I managed this, I want to see other people succeed. Or you might simply be like, hey, I want to see what this person, you know, like I said, their plants and trees, I want to see what they grow into and what kind of fruit they bear. It talks about inheritance, so maybe family members helped you, because it also talks about family connection and traditions. Maybe some money or lump sum or something fell onto your lap and now you're in a better situation, and or that also inspired you to help others. So very friendly, wholesome, good stuff. I'm going to get to the fifth card, which is long-term results or end game, end credits, or maybe the final raid boss, or just fast forward even more into the future. And we got the Page of Pentacles, which is represented by lap rabbits. So let's go back to Pentacles and go to Page. Or for any weebs out there, Page. Or Page. Alright, Page of Pentacles. Sorry. Manifesting. Financial opportunity. Skill development. Productive. New discoveries. Being careful. Good financial news. Eager to learn. Educational opportunities. Thrifty. Determination. Patience. Building a solid foundation. New business. Financial income. Creating success. So this is cool because the card talks about manifesting and being productive. That's what the magician talked about at the beginning, was visualizing your skills and manifesting and making things a reality. This one, it talks about educational financial opportunities. Maybe you get even more opportunities to expand your growth and learning. Hey, being awake. And it says good financial news. So at least you know you're still good with your finances and you're not necessarily falling behind or losing money. Things are still good. determination, and the patience, because shit takes time. It says being careful, so you're not letting things go to your head. You're carefully planning and doing the steps of good precautions. It says building a solid foundation, because naturally anyone wants to have a solid foundation, especially when it's work, hobbies, passion, families, hopes, dreams, friends. You don't want it to crumble or fall apart. And I like this, it says creating success. So you're creating your own success through your hard work and efforts. I mean, yeah, sure, you might have help along the way. No one truly does anything alone, but this is like you can take great satisfaction in, hey, I'm doing this thing. And it's going places. Also talks about potentially a new business. So always awesome. And it says new discovery. So maybe along the way you discover new things about yourself or something else you're into or whatever has you that gets you excited and passionate. And maybe you want to also pursue that and add it to your repertoire, or just generally do more, because the world is your oyster. And now we're going to do an oracle card for you, and it's just a bonus, independent from the reading, but I like to complement it with Gandalf, dedication. Well, holy fuck, there you go. You're dedicated to your cause, you're dedicated to your passions and beliefs, you are down the clown life. Like, this is what I'm doing. I feel good about this, I'm doing it. And you're putting in the time and effort and understanding. Because, you know, people can put in the time, but that doesn't necessarily bear fruit. So you're putting in the time, you care about it, you're passionate about it, so all good vibes into what you're doing. So hopefully that was cool, and we will shuffle and get to the next. So let me just shuffle, and we'll get to the next reading. You know who's always down the clown? McDoodle. Every freaking night, I want a freaking baby, your body's so freaking tight. Freaking every freaking day. I want a freaky girl, be every freaking way, every freaking day, every freaking night. I want a baby so freaking tight. It's almost done shuffling, and we'll get to the next. Pull up the timestamp. $204.50. Okay, this reading is going to be for a flagellant red panda. Not to be confused with flatulence, which is farting. Flagellant is more like self-punishing. Anyway, flagellant red panda. We're doing a 5-card spread. Very straightforward, or using video game terms, new game, new journey, and we'll see how the story unfolds. More so pertaining to your life, but the second card is the obstacle. I play that in reverse. That might be a difficult boss or something you need to pay attention to, or something you need to work out to get through. Third card, positive influences. Fourth card, near future. And fifth card, long-term results. So let us begin. Now we get the Fool, represented by an Arctic fox. So very happy-go-lucky, very positive card. You're innocent. New ending stuff, new beginnings, fresh start, renewed, the good vibes. But let me read it. Beginning, innocence, risk taking, new beginnings, carefree, believe in the new you, take a leap of faith, openness, adventurous, spontaneous, fresh start, free spirit, enthusiastic, trust, faith, opportunities, dedication, having what you need, blind faith, naive, and prepared. So very, for a card starting like a new game or something, that's pretty rad, because it's literally saying new game, you have faith, you're enthusiastic about it, but yet maybe naive and a bit uncertain, but yet you're prepared for what's ahead, even though you don't know what's coming. So it's just like almost like an MMO or even a single player like RPG or JRPG. You name your file, name your character, you go. New game, don't know what's involved other than it's a turn-based like RPG or something. But at least you're going into it with openness and faith and good vibes and carefree and innocent. You believe in yourself, so very solid start. So we're going to get to the second card, which is the obstacle. May not necessarily be used against you, but may be a warning. It could be like, hey, you're in this rut. Maybe these are things you could keep in mind to help. And we get the Page of Cups, which is represented by a generic frog. But again, it's going to be in reverse, so we're going to go see what that means in reverse. So where's Page? All right, Page of Cups. Insights, messages, creativity is normally what it means. And the guy even looks like the fool on the traditional cards. In reverse, it's going to mean insecure, fantasy, lazy, lack of planning, unrealistic, immature, and doubtful. So maybe you just got in your own head, maybe you fell into a pit, or maybe this new adventure you set out for, you didn't really think it through. Even though it said prepare, but here it says lack of planning. Also unrealistic and being insecure. So maybe you weren't sure about this new adventure or game, and then you just kind of trying to wing it and go with the flow, but it's leading not so good. Hence, it would cause you to be doubtful. Maybe lazy because like I kind of don't want to play this game anymore, but you committed to it at the same time. Talks about being immature, so maybe you're just not willing to face facts or grow up, or maybe just like playing the blame game on others. So if you are in this rut, I'm very sorry, and maybe you can work towards getting yourself out of it, or reflect or do what you need to do, take a step back, reevaluate the situation. Or this could also just be a warning that, hey, shit's looking good, a new thing, but like, don't get ahead of yourself, don't let things go to your head, or you might end up here. But I have a feeling this might be you're in the rut now. So maybe just keep those things in mind and you can work through it and get to the third card, which is going to be positive influences. So maybe you took the time to figure things out, work it out, and now you're in a better place. And then we get the Page of Pentacles, represented by the lap rabbits. And we just had this last reading, so I can go check them out. I think this is the harvest one, I forget. But we'll take a look. Nope, this is the manifesting financial opportunity, skill development, productive, new discoveries, being careful, good financial news, eager to learn, educational opportunities, thrifty, determination, patience, building a solid foundation, new business, financial income, creating success. So whatever you did to get out of that rut, good on you. Or you avoided falling into that pit, good on you. Now things are looking up. Now you have more opportunities. You're looking into bringing your ideas and bringing them to reality, which could lead to potential businesses, financial gains, or you just, you want to do more. It's all very good stuff. New discoveries, that's always awesome, because maybe you didn't know something either about the world or something about yourself, and you decided to pursue that. But finances are looking pretty good, and you have the most important part is opportunity, both educational and financially, and skill development. So maybe you got into something new, hobby or passion, or going to school or something, or just want to learn anything in general, and you're like, I realize I want to do this, and you have the opportunity to do so without the fear of, oh, but how am I going to pay the bills, or all the what ifs go aside, because you're just that intrigued in what you want to do and further your skill. So with that, we're going to get to the fourth card, near future, and fast forward a little bit just to see how you're doing, what's going on, and we get the Eight of Pentacles featuring the pug, and this time it's played normally and not in reverse, so we can get the juicy, real meanings of it. All right, Eight of Pentacles, perfecting, mastery, developing skills, apprentice, training, mastery, perfecting, studying, self-improvement, dedication, money management, self-employed, concentration. So maybe whatever you did really took off and you're doing more of it and furthering your skill. Or yeah, because the traditional card shows the guy physically crafting a bunch of stuff and the pug is reading. So the pictures do correlate well with the meanings, in my opinion. So self-employed, so maybe like for me as an example, I like doing artwork and readings and stuff. So maybe Here it's a self-employed. Maybe you made it big enough or following or enough skill and people want what you have that you can actually just work for yourself doing the things you love and like. But again, it talks about perfecting, studying, mastering, training. So this is like literally the anime training arc of whatever it is you're into or want to do. You're going all the way with it. You're not gonna half-ass it. You're really committed. You're really into this. It also talks about money management. So maybe finances might be a little tighter along the way, but at least you know how to manage it and stuff. Even though, say, you're working less and you're doing more training, at least you're not, you're managing your finances well, not blowing it, and being more careful with your money. So very cool stuff. So now we're going to fast forward to the long-term results. Maybe, I would say far future, end game, end credits, whatever you want to call it. Final challenge. And we get The Lovers, featuring lovebirds. How about that? Very positive card. Heartwarming card. Good card to end on. So let me pull it up. Where are you, The Lovers? All right. Come on, load. Okay. The Lovers. Love. Relationships. Values. Partnerships. Choices. Sharing. Trust. Healing. Sexuality. Temptation. Commitment. Marriage. Business partnerships. So overall union, either marriage, love, platonically, friendship, relationship wise, even work, hobbies, passion. There's going to be some kind of passion going on. All the training and stuff. Maybe you met someone along the way, or maybe you fell in love with your work. But either way, things are looking good. Talks about choice, trust. You've developed a lot of trust with people. There's healing. Maybe there's hard times, and you worked it out. Partnerships, choices. I guess the big thing is choices and trust. I thought temptation was funny, so maybe just don't get like ahead of yourself or in your own head. Don't develop an ego, I guess. Not that you can't be proud of your work and good vibes and all, but just don't let it toxically go to your head. It talks about sexuality, so maybe something's a brewing. Talks about business partnerships, so maybe with your new mastered skills, because before it said self-employed, so maybe this one is like, okay, well now not only self-employed, but you're gonna do multiple jobs or like businesses with people. So you still have your own thing, but you may even team up with someone else to help them with their business. So very, very cool stuff. And let's do a quick oracle card for you. And this just is a bonus, so best way to explain it is it's just a cherry on top fortune cookie, a little extra, something cool. You get the knife or knif, limits. So I guess know your limits. Don't burn yourself out. Yes. Oh shit! I just banged my foot. Oh my god, it hurts. Fuck. Okay, sorry. Not like know your limits in a bad way. Like, oh, I can never do this. It's beyond my skill. No, just like everyone has a limits. We need sleep. We need rest. We need food. So do our passions and hobbies. Like, yeah, we can imagine all day and be like, yeah, I want to do the thing. But if we don't take self-care, we're going to maybe burn out or run out of fuel. So it's like, if you're going on this long drive, just keep in mind the fuel, the tolls, the pit stops, and everything. So hopefully that was cool for you, and we will start shuffling and get to the next cards of readings. Shuffle up. This may take a minute or two. And I'll also change the song in a minute as well. every freaking night. I want a free better bike so freaking tight. Okay, let me pull up the next chart. 216.55. All right, this is for asylum ram, like the goat, sheep, a ram, maybe in an asylum. I don't know, or seeking asylum. Who knows? So asylum ram. Do a 5 card reading. Kind of tells a story of your life or chapters in your book or playing your video game, whatever your terminology you want to use. Second card is the obstacle or bump in the road, and that card is played in reverse. But I'll still explain stuff on the way. All right, so the start of new game, new file, RPG, name your character, go, and we pull 6 of Pentacles featuring yellow-footed rock wallaby. That is a mouthful. Let me go down to Pentacles and go to 6. See how we start this journey. All right, 6 of Pentacles. Sharing the wealth. Generous. Giving and receiving. Helping others. Sharing. Managing money. Sharing talents. Gifts. Getting paid. Careful or grateful. Prosperity. Promotion. Adding value. So very, very charitable card. You have what you need. Things are good. You're helping others. Others are helping you. So a strong sense of community. You're sharing the wealth, and it's inspiring other people to do better as well. So it's not just you, say, throwing a sandwich at someone like, here, eat. You're teaching someone how to fish. They can catch their own fishes, even though it's through financially, but it's like you're still, what you're doing to help others is actually helping, and it's not just buying someone like an addict, like crack or something, or heroin, or feeding an addiction. Like you're actually helping, you, like getting them food, maybe finding a place to stay. Either way, you're helping. You're managing your money so you don't run out, because, how can you help others if you can't help and sustain yourself? Adding value. Promotion could be work, could be hobbies, passion. Maybe you leveled up somewhere, your work got recognized. And also at the end of the day, you remember to get paid, because we don't work for free at our jobs and stuff. So it's like you make sure you get what you need, and you make sure you help others. So very cool start. Really like it. Very profound. Now we're going to get to the second card, which represents the obstacle. Typically, cards are played in reverse in this state, and they have alternate meanings. It might be a warning. It might be, hey, something's really blocking you from doing something. So acknowledge this or take care of it so you can proceed. So we have a bump in the road. We're getting cock blocked. It could be a difficult raid boss or dungeon boss. So we're just going to see where it goes, and we get the 9 of Swords, which has the Harbor Seal, but again, it's going to be played in reverse, so it's going to look like this. And we're going to see what it means. 9 of S words. Let us go. So again, normally this means worry, fear, and anxiety, and it has a guy crying in bed. Sad, depressed, hopeless. But thankfully we got this in reverse, so this should be a positive booster. Nightmares ending, being hopeful, good news, trust. Worry is over, healing time, better future, secrets, anxiety released. So, okay, maybe you had some doubts, maybe things weren't looking fruitful. Maybe you had a lot of stress and worry on you, but now it's saying good news is coming, worry is over, better future, healing time. Like all your worries are swept away. And you develop trust with more people, or trust yourself, or maybe your decisions or instinct. But big thing is better future and secrets. So maybe you didn't know something about yourself or know about others, but it came, help was impeccably timed, and now everything's just, I don't know how to really other explain the card than other total good vibage. And it's played upside down, so maybe if you avoid a rut or don't go into a bad place, don't fall for traps, you won't even end up in a place of bad or harm. So like you say you're playing Monopoly, this card's like, oh, go to this piece. You do pass go because it's around the board, and you do collect $200. So very cool. So almost not even a warning, but just like a super random power booster. Now, the third card represents positive influences, the goodness. And we get one of my favorite cards in the deck, this animal deck I got. Two of Pentacles, represented by a Angora goat. So look how cool he is. This one talks about juggling and doing a lot of things and having time to make choices. But let me pull up the chart. And we'll just take a little deeper dive into this. All right, Two of Pentacles, priorities, time management, adaptable. Seas of change, possibilities. You have all that you need, juggling a lot of things, lots of facts, being factual. Need to be flexible, juggling finances, feeling pulled in many directions, lots or maybe too much responsibility. Need to make a decision. The ship is coming in. Time to make a decision. Stop juggling everything. Finding stability. Juggling two worlds. So maybe you have too many things you want to do. Other people want your help. Either way, you can only do so much. You can only output what you're capable of. But people almost seems like they're demanding more than what you're capable of. Not in terms of skill, but just maybe attention and time and management. You can only be at one place at a time. You need to be flexible and adaptable, but at the same time, you're juggling so many things because maybe you want to do all the things. Maybe all these things lead to opportunity, but then it's too much responsibility. You're getting burned out. Or maybe you're living a double life. Like maybe online you're somebody, then offline or in person you're someone else. So that also can get exhausting for people. That putting up an act, you want to be more genuine. Talks about the ship is coming in. Maybe you have to get on that ship when it leaves, or maybe like your time or fortune or your treasure chest is coming in. There's no time to make a decision. So maybe you've been delaying or procrastinating something, and it's time to put your foot down and be like, I want to do these things. I don't have time for this other stuff anymore. I need to focus my attention and passion on more of what I want to do. But it also says you have all that you need, so maybe you just have to reorganize. It's like having a puzzle. You have all the pieces. You haven't quite put it together yet, or can't find in the snapping areas. But now you realize if you have all the pieces, then that means eventually everything will come together. So maybe you might rearrange some stuff in your life to fit in more of what you want to do and what's meaningful for you. But the big thing again is stop juggling, stop trying to do all the things, do the things that matter to you. And if it's still too many things, then just cut back or eliminate some things from the to-do list. Finding stability. So find a spot where you feel comfortable that you can do as many things as you can without burning yourself out and without putting yourself at risk. Like finding a good balance in the things you want to do without burning yourself out. So the fourth card is going to be near future. We're going to just fast forward a bit, see what you got going on. And we got the Page of Swords, which has a Kermode bear. This looks like a white bear to me, but what do I know? Okay, Page of Swords. Got good bleeps and good bloops going on. Both are good, not one or the other, but both. Bleeps and bloops. Okay, Page of Swords. Ideas, curiosity, desire for knowledge, changes, insights, travel, defensiveness, decisive, seeing a new overview, innovative, protective, and fairness. So you got ideas, you want to know or learn more, you have good insight, you're decisive, so you know what you want to do, you're not going to question or second guess yourself. You're like, these are the things I'm doing. I'm done playing around. I'm serious about whatever I'm doing. Not to say that you weren't serious before, but you're even more determined now than before. You're protective and defensiveness, so you're keeping your guard up, not maybe letting others take unfair advantage of you. Anything you give of yourself, it's because you want to give, not out of because you want to give and help, but not out of, say, obligation or, you're still like telling people, hey, use me, let's network, let's connect, I'll be helpful when I can, but you're like, I'm only doing so much. Don't abuse my kindness or generosity. Also talks about changes, so maybe changes are coming, different life views, anything can happen, just a new way of being, maybe new hobbies and new passions, and you want to pursue those now. Maybe your life's going in a different direction and you're excited. Talks about fairness, so that also correlates with the don't let people take unfair advantage of you. And also you won't take unfair advantage of them either, so it's a very protective and fair card, if you will. But it's also cool that it talks about travel and curiosity, because maybe something sparked your interest, or you're like, maybe I'll check this out. Or say like, I go to a lot of conventions, so maybe you check out a convention. I wonder if I'll like this. This looks kind of cool. And you go to it and you have a total blast. And you're like, I want to go to more now. I want to meet more people. I want to do more things. So you might even simply just get inspired somewhere along the way to do more. Not that you're not doing enough or anything, but just like you naturally like, oh, I want so much more for myself now too. And see more of what the world has to offer. It's give and take. All right, so we get to the fifth card, which is going to be the long-term results, end game, ending credits, final boss, whatever you would like to call it. We get Death 13, represented by a Canadian goose. If anyone's familiar with Canadian geese, they are vicious motherfuckers. They don't fuck around if you get in their face. So let's go to there. Very positive, empowering, emboldening, and bigoting card. And we get endings, change, transformation, conclusions, letting go of the old, reborn, new beginnings, even more change, big transformation, libration from the past, empowerment, emboldenment, embiggenment, purging, grieving, personal transformation, closing old chapters, leaving something behind. So maybe you did a bunch of things and now you're like, I want to do more, but it's also time to call it quits with some stuff. So like, okay, these had a good run. I completed these things, but I want to do new things on to the next type of thing. It could be metaphorical, it could be literal, physical, emotional. It could be gigs. So like, I don't want to do these gigs at the bar anymore. Or I don't want to do odd jobs. Like whatever it is, you're closing chapters, you're ending stuff, but you're also beginning new stuff and you're still going forward in life. I like the part about purging and grieving in case there's any emotional baggage or things holding you back. You're like, I'm dumping this. I don't need this in the new thing. Hey, Sam. Yes, I am going through a queue right now. And followers can get free readings. Though it is a long queue, I could try to fit you in, but I'm currently working on a queue system. But feel free to follow and join us. If there's just no guarantee I could try to fit you in. But just a quick fair warning, anyone that follows and gets a reading later unfollows. There is a global blacklist for tarot readers. So, because a lot of people have been complaining that people follow them, get a reading, then unfollow and leave. So there's like this united board, or some like online board, or just a group saying, hey, these people like to dip and bail. Again, that's up to them, but trying to grow the channel, so always be appreciated, but you don't have to. But if not, just enjoy the vibe and listen to the readings, because no one's obligated to get a reading. But a lot of transformation, empowerment, so purging maybe letting go of emotional baggage, physical baggage, finances, or just, you know, cutting the crap out of your life the best you can, trimming it, if you will. So you're going to feel reborn, refreshed, on to the next thing. So a new you, because I feel that you're genuinely pursuing more of what you like in life, and then you're just like, you know what, this is cool, I like this, I'm going to do this. So always a plus. So now we're going to get a bonus oracle card, just a little extra fun. We get Pentacle, which represents fortune. And as you know, in tarot cards, there's a suit of pentacles, and that refers to like your physical, finances, and well-being, grounded stuff. So it's funny to get a oracle card that is straight up pentacle. So there's good fortune coming your way. Again, it doesn't have to be money. It could be friendship, hobbies, passions, but good things are coming. Just leaning towards fortune. Or good fortune, or good harvest, or whatever, you know. So I hope that was cool for you. Gonna shuffle and go on to the next. Just give me a minute and get right to it. But yes, also, if anyone's curious, the queues I set up ahead of time. So I do take some live readings, but mostly, at least for now, it's just going all queue based, because in case I don't have people for live readings, there's not much content. So at least with the queue system and doing readings for people and linking them the timestamp of the VOD later, it could still let me do readings live, even if the person's not present, because I can just link them to the VOD of their reading later, so they can still get it, and they don't have to theoretically be here. And also, all the ones on the queue right now are private, or like anonymous, if you will. Okay, let us... Seven, I might have to start making a chat rule, like how Lion might has it. And come up with something like Chimeras, like the pink husky, or pink-haired husky or something. Let me just change the song real quick. All right, 2:32:20. 2:32:20. Yeah, something like that I should make. Okay. So the next reading we're going to do is Spaghetti and Meatballs Supreme. Pretty long name, but I won't question it. So Spaghetti and Meatballs Supreme, we're going to do a 5-card reading. Very straightforward interpretation. Cards have meanings, and I also interpret them and see how it's going. I was going tonight, Monka asks. Well, sorry, Nev. I don't know where the hell you're going, but sorry, the plans fizzled. But second card is the obstacle. Represents, well, obstacle, something maybe cock blocking, something in your path, in your way. So we're going to work with that, or maybe heed a warning, if you will, to avoid hardships or being in a rut. Right now, just the first card, very straightforward. Thank you for the look, M boogers. First card is very straightforward. Gonna, if it's like an RPG or something, just, you know, new game, new file. Just gonna read your life story or book or script. You get 2 of Wands, which is represented by duck or many ducks. So let's go to the Wands and take a look at what's in store. Okay, 2 of Wands, planning, faith in the future, but yet also delays. Waiting, planning, faith in the future, ambitious, achievements, ownership, growth, success, future-minded, moving. It's the Bleach ending one song. Oh, Life is Like a Boat by Rifu. Okay, so a lot of this card is talking about your plans and ambitions, but also delays and planning and waiting. So when the time is right, you're going to execute some cool plan. Talks about success and growth. So you have a lot of ideas in mind. You're going to execute them, but you want to strategize right. You want to do it good. You don't want to, you want to limit your chance for failure. You want to increase your chance for success. You want to be passionate about it. You want to be into what you're doing. So you're really thinking on something, and you're going to execute it. Like for me, trying to make my own tarot cards, but I want to do them good when I'm inspired. If I force out the artwork, sometimes it just comes out like shit, and I also feel unsatisfied with them. So maybe you have a hobby or passion that you may or may not be doing right now, or maybe you have something on the back burner, but you want to just make sure you want to have organic growth, good growth, growth of community, if it's a skill or something, a job, what have you, though. You're planning, you really have your mindset on the future. So let's see where that takes us. The second card's going to be the obstacle. It's going to be, again, maybe a potential warning, bump in the road, something cock blocking you, something you have to acknowledge or deal with in order to proceed. And we have the 8 of Cups, which happens to be a Baird's Tapir. Very sad card, but keep in mind it's played in reverse in this position. So it's going to have alternate meanings. So 8 of Cups. Let's go to it. All right, 8 of Cups normally means disappointment, walking away, indecision, and change. But in reverse, it means feeling unsure of what to do, not sure how to move forward, doubt and indecision, nothing is perfect, and disappointment. So again, earlier we talked about you planning, wanting to do the things, want that you're on a good path for growth. But now it's saying you have doubt and indecision. Maybe something didn't pay off right away, or maybe you're second guessing yourself. Maybe something didn't go as planned. And now you're not sure how to move on or move forward. And now you kind of feel stuck, not sure what to do. You're like, And then you're going to feel disappointed, but, Nothing's perfect either, so just maybe rethinking your strategy. It's like, do I go back to the drawing board completely? Do I alter and tweak my plan? Do I just ditch or abandon this task or quest? Or do I persevere? Like, you're just really stuck in thought. Or it could be a warning, but I think this card, the way it correlates with everything so far, I feel that it's more saying, hey, you got into this rut, but don't let it keep you down. Try to figure out and persevere somehow. So assuming that all happens, we're going to get to the third card. One sec, I just gotta... So we're going to get to the third card, positive influences. So assuming you got through that, worked it out, whatever you need to do, heeded the warnings, etc., we're going to get Four of Cups. I have not seen this one yet, I don't think. And it has the porcupine. Look at them. Look how cool that is. That alone is good vibes. So Four of Cups. So let's pull that up and we'll take a nice juicy look at what is to come. Okay. Four of Cups. Meditation, retreat, reevaluating, frustrated, bored, depressed, contemplating, look within, meditate, withdrawn. So, okay, maybe you're still stuck in that rut, but at least now you know, okay, I have to take a step back, see the bigger picture, really think on what I want to do. But because of this, you feel frustrated and bored because you're not making forward momentum, even though what you're doing is good, is strategizing and withdrawing and knowing when to retreat. But naturally, since you're not on paper or maybe not showing that you're growing and succeeding, you don't get your dopamine kick. And, you know, now you're left kind of feeling down the dump, contemplating, you're reevaluating everything. But the most important part is you're looking within and, okay, is this really the thing I want to do? Should I change it? So even more, I guess, master thinker time. Where you just have to really sit down and think. And let the juices flow to you, and then be more creative and let things happen naturally, not force it. But again, maybe you just need to take a step back. Maybe you got burnt out and now you just need to rest. Who knows? But we're going to get to the fourth card, which represents the near future. I'm going to fast forward a little bit and just see what's going on with you. I've got Six of Wands, which is featuring fancy goldfishes. Let's go up to Wands and go to Six. And we'll go from there. Okay, Six of Wands. Success, recognition, and confidence. All right, this is what I'm talking about. Accomplishment, reward, good news, achievement, encouragement, winning, promotion, progress, forward momentum. All right, awesome. Fucking awesome. Because this card now, after all that master thinking, all the doubts, all the reevaluating, all the potential self-gaslight, whatever, this card talks about accomplishment and success. You're getting recognized. You get the reward, good news. It could be finances. You're winning. Things are looking at promotion, so that could be something at work, or it could be you just, you know, something at home, personal stuff. But either way, forward momentum, encouragement. The coolest thing is confidence. So you're now naturally that you're, I guess, succeeding, and it's showing, it's paying off. Others are taking confidence in you as well. You're leading other people. You just finally getting maybe the recognition you deserve, or maybe you always had the recognition, but it's nice, or you do or don't deserve it. That's up to you. But, you know, you're finally being recognized, and your hard work's getting noticed, and everything's looking and leading up. So you took the time from the previous cards to really figure out and evaluate what you want to do, how you want to do it, what you want in life, and you're going for it. And now things are flowing. They're flowing very good. So now we're going to get the fifth card, which is long-term results, maybe end game, ending boss, end credits, what have you. We get Nine of Pentacles featuring a chinchilla. So let's take a look at that. Assuming it loads. Okay. Worry, fear, anxiety. Sad, stressed, depressed, lack of confidence, hopeless, feeling unloved, feeling not good enough, insomnia. So weird, because everything is going good, but now you're suddenly flushed with worry, fear, and anxiety, and all this stuff being sad. So maybe it was too much work, it was too demanding. Maybe you did more than your fair share, or maybe now you hit a certain level or plateau that people have this minimum requirement or minimum expectation of you, and you have this minimum expectation of yourself. So maybe because now you're not succeeding as fast or performing as good or getting as much recognition, you feel like a failure, you feel like you're falling behind, even though nothing's changed other than maybe your social status. So this card might just be like, hey, things, all good things come to an end, on to the next thing. Don't dwell on it, or something didn't work out, don't sweat it, just on to the next. Keep your head high, and keep in mind, leave it in the past, but mind what you've learned from this shit. But again, it might be hard, so just maybe hopefully not feeling good enough, losing sleep and being hopeless doesn't get to you too much. Or maybe you funked up and something really bad happened, or like you got canceled. You did something cancel worthy, but I don't think you would do that. But maybe the future's unclear now. Maybe you say you're less popular or less recognition from your work. Maybe work stopped or slowed down paying off. So now you're wondering, maybe did you waste your time? And now you're starting to question everything because the thing you did is something you really care about and want to do. But now it's like, if it didn't pay off, now am I doing the right thing? But I wouldn't sweat it. But at the same time, this might come to you in waves. So you got to balance out, okay, good time, success. There's going to be probably downtime. So hopefully that was insightful. A little odd ending. It's almost like a to be continued ending. If this is like a movie or a TV show or like an anime. But now we're going to get a bonus oracle card just for fun. A little cherry on top, positive influence type of thing. With candle, which represents hope. So there you go. Even though things are to be continued and looking like a season finale cliffhanger, it's saying hang in there, have hope, believe in yourself, take the time to recharge and reevaluate. And nothing wrong with re-strategizing, or don't beat yourself up over it. So hopefully that was cool. That was a very unique one today. We're going to shuffle, and then we'll get on to another one. Oh, my legs are starting to hurt. Well, they've been hurting for a while, but now it's really starting to not be as cool. Almost done shuffling, and we'll get on to the next. Almost done. All right, pull up a song and we'll get to the next reading. Close that. 245.55. 245.55. Okay, this reading is for Chipotle Dragon. So Chipotle Dragon, we do a 5-card reading, and I'll explain along the way. So let's get started. Let's take a look at your script, story, life, game you're playing, whatever you want to call it. 4 of Pentacles, represented by a fox. So let's go to 4. And we'll see what we get once it loads. All right, Four of Pentacles. Saving money, security, control, ownership, solid financial situation, financial gains, hold on to your possessions, overly cautious, inheritance, true values, not seeing things clearly, regretful choices, get in writing, careful, saving money, controlling. You're pretty okay financially. Maybe you're afraid to lose that security or stability or money, so you're going to be naturally more controlling, saving money. Just have a tighter grip on your finances. But maybe because of that, you're not seeing clearly, or maybe you're too focused on money that you may not be able to think clearly, but at least it says financial gains, solid financial situation, but maybe you're scared of running out or falling behind or whatever. Talks about ownership, growth, a lot of physical. This card is like literally physical money, security, and finances. So not a lot to say other than you have stuff, but maybe there's a little fear and anxiety along the way. But either way, very start of the reading, so we have more to go, and then it'll probably make more sense as we go along. Second card is going to be the obstacle. So this card I play in reverse, and reverse tarot cards have alternate meanings. There could be a warning, it could be a heads up, it could be not used against you, but something you might have to overcome in order to proceed. So we get the Ten of Pentacles with the Shelt T or tie, but it's going to be in reverse of Ten of Pentacles. Let's go take a look at that. See what we get. All right, Ten of Pentacles, wealth, long-term success, contributing, safety, and stability is what it normally means, but in reverse, it's going to mean family issues, financial loss, lack of motivation, issues with inheritance, issues with the government, oh my, restructuring finances, and keep trying. So maybe some family issues came up along the way, lost some money, or there's money issues and drama. You may have a lack of motivation, or just be like, I was doing so good, I was holding on to the money, and even when I tried hard to save it and be wise with it, it still ended up going or getting lost or misused or wasted, however you want to word it. Issues with inheritance, so maybe family drama on a global scale. Issues with the government, I wonder what that might be, but you do you. This is restructuring finances, so maybe it's time to rethink stuff with your finances, and you're in this little rut or situation, but you're still being resourceful, knowing how to persevere. It also says keep trying, so you're going to make it work. Even though some woes got thrown at you, you're like, I'm not going to let this keep me down. I'm going to do my best or my part to work on it and work through it. So maybe a warning, or maybe you think you're already there, but either way, just keep those things in mind, and we're going to get to positive influences, which is Queen of Pentacles, and it's represented by a lunar moth. A lot of pentacle cards. All right. Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, secure, but yet doubt. Organized, fertile or fertile, prosperous, abundant, ownership. Again with the ownership, like in the first card. Good things, security. Security is all over this. Common sense, nurturing, solid foundation, resourceful, you are worth it. So after all of that, you have self-doubt. You feel better now. Things are moving forward. Good things are happening. You have the sense of security and solid foundation again, like you did in the start. You're more resourceful now, so if you ever get into some money woes or situations, you know how to deal with it because you're like, been there. I know how to get out of those troubles or work with them better. You're better equipped to handle those situations. Also talks about you're worth it, so it's also talking about if you ever felt useless, hopeless, or not good enough. This is saying, fuck you, no, you are worth it. You know your value, even if other people undervalue you, you're like, no, I am worth it, fuck you. So more like, you know your value, you know you're good for it, you know you're good. It talks about abundance, so either money or friends and family, but things are looking up, and you're getting back organized, you're getting your finances back in track, you're just back into a better place and more organized. So now we're going to get to the fourth card, which is the near future. We're just going to fast forward a little bit. Oh shit, I'm so sorry, I just dinged the mic. Sorry. Fourth card, fast forward to the future a bit. We get the Ten of Swords represented by a black cat. Looks very sad. So let's go to Swords. So maybe there's more woes coming up, but we'll just have to take a look and see where it goes. Wounds, loss, ending, crisis. Repeating patterns, stuck in old patterns, cycles ending, feeling defeated, change, time to let go, negative thinking, loss, wounds, and pain. So maybe you fell back into that rut again, hence the repeating patterns, and you're stuck in them. So it's time for a change, time to let go, basically time to break the cycle. Think of Pentacle in New Baroque as a coin, or it refers to coins and money. At least in the traditional cards, the old coins, and it's an earth symbol, and it also represents like money, finances, and physical possessions. So anytime you hear in tarot readings like pentacles, you're going to think your finances and fortunes and material things. But talks about change. It says negative thinking, loss, wounds, and pain. So maybe someone hurt you, maybe had some rough times. But it's saying, I know it sucks, but not move on, but reconcile with it. Better yourself. Dump the emotional baggage. It's hindering your present and future. You don't need to bring that with you. You could save it in the back of your head as a reminder, maybe not to make certain mistakes or certain outcomes with people, but like, it's just like, I ain't got time for this shit, or in order to grow, or in order, more importantly, to break the cycle, you're going to have to do that. And then thus the cycle's ending because, well, the cycles are ending, you broke free. It also talks about negative thinking and feeling defeated because naturally you're stuck in a never-ending loop. And the loss, the pain, and the wounds of that. So just overall, just do the best you can to get over and through it. I know that sounds harsh or cruel. I'm not trying to be. Just do the best to get through it all and dump the emotional baggage, dump anything keeping or holding you down. If people want to stop living that you're hanging out with, be like, sorry guys, I want to like live life and do things. If you want to stay here and commiserate over being miserable or commiserate over being, you know, you have no life, that's on you, but I want to move on and do better and be better and happier. All right, so we're going to get the fifth card, which is, what should I call it? Long-term results or far future. It could be the end game, final dungeon raid boss, ending credits, you name it. And we get 8 of Pentacles, represented by a pug. Okay, so this whole reading was just pentacles all over the fucking place. 8, let's go. So this one talks about studying and mastering and developing skills. So let's just pull up the chart real quick to get the full facts. Why did I click swords? Okay. 8 of Pentacles. There you go. Once it loads, we'll get right to, okay. Sorry. Perfecting, mastery, developing skills. Apprentice, training, mastery, perfecting. Camera shaking. Self-improvement, dedication. Money management, self-employed, concentration. So this one, and maybe it's back to the books, back to studying. Maybe there's a hobby or passion you want to level up or learn, or even just something new you want to learn. Be like, you know what? I just want to do this thing. And you want to get good at it and really get talented and skilled at it. Talks about dedication, so you're into it. Self-improvement, you really want to go, you're moving forward. Talks about money management, so maybe, say like as an example, you're going to school or something, you're going to have less time to work and make money, but again, with all the woes from before, you're going to manage your money good, so you can still, say, attend university or whatever in order to go to school or learn the skill. But it's not, it could be also metaphorical as well, as like you just decide to pick up and get into something and do it. It talks about concentration, so you're really into it with the dedication. It talks about self-employed, so maybe this will help you become more independent, financially independent, or maybe even supplement current income. But it's like time, or like, say for me, I don't know, maybe I'll get into crafting. Like it's time for me, like I love doing artwork, tarot readings, gaming and that, but it's like, oh, maybe it's time to learn blacksmithing or woodwork or something, or being engineering. So pretty good. It came around. I had a couple of big bumps. But now we're going to do a fifth card, sixth card, which is just an oracle card, positive influence type of encouragement word. Very straightforward. Tiresias or Tiresias, I'm not sure, and it represents wisdom. So after going through all the woes, you won't make the mistakes before. You know what you're doing. You have the good insight and wisdom to avoid maybe falling into those sorts of repeating the cycles. He's got some snakes with him. So hopefully that was good. I see Twitch had a hiccup. Hopefully things are still going. But yeah, I'll just shuffle and we'll get on to the next. That's how these things go. And almost done. And then we'll get on to the next. Whoops, Wallaby just came out. Okay. Okay, we are at 258.20. I'll say 25. Okay, this reading is for Ragnarok of Cookies. Interesting name. So Ragnarok of Cookies, we do a 5-card spread, and I'll explain as I go along. So we start out with to your reading with Wheel of Fortune, which is represented by a cloud rat, but it looks more like a lemur or cat to me, but it's a cloud rat. It's the Wheel of Fortune. So let me pull that up. I mean, judging from the name alone, you can kind of have an idea, but you know. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Good luck. Life cycles turning point. Good change, good luck, opportunity, progress, doors opening, ending of a phase, starting of a phase, improvements, choices, and forward momentum. So things are looking good. Closing some old chapters in life, putting them behind you, making room for new stuff and new experiences. Good luck, but one of the most important parts is opportunity. You have a lot of opportunities ahead of you. Also improvements, so maybe developing a skill, getting better at work or job, or even emotionally, mentally, physically in a better state. Good change, but the cool thing is forward momentum. So it's pretty much a good job card. The second card's got to represent the obstacle, and that's going to be played in reverse. Reversed cards have different meanings. Not theoretically used against you, but maybe just a warning, something to pay attention to if you're stuck in a rut, just something that needs attention, or something's in your way, cock blocking you, bump in the road, little obstacle, difficult boss you can't defeat in the game. Gonna address that. And we got Ace of Cups, represented by the Galapagos land iguana, and again in reverse. So let me pull that up in cups, and we got the ace. Okay, again, normally it means compassion, emotions, and creativity, and intuitive. But it's reverse, so it's going to mean this instead. Feeling unloved, rejection, avoiding emotions, unhappy, relationship issues, loss, manipulation, lonely, unfulfilled, feeling all over the place. So don't know if you're in this rut, or it might be a warning of what could happen if you don't keep certain things in mind. But I feel like this one's saying you're in the rut now. So it's feeling unloved and rejection. Maybe people being more cold to you. You reach out to people, but they're not reciprocating friendship. There's relationship issues, so maybe something's not working out with a potential lover or a current lover. Talks about naturally going to be unhappy, avoiding emotions as you feel sad and down in the dumps, but instead of maybe working it out and acknowledging you and validating that you feel this way, you're trying to like bury it almost. Talks about being more lonely, lost, unfulfilled. Maybe you figure, what am I doing with my life? What am I wasting my time on? Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing what I actually like? Should I do something else? You feel all over the place because you're down in the dumps. You've been spending time and effort in your life into something, but maybe it's not working out, or it sent you in the spiral direction of downhill, and now you just feel like, what's the point? But at least you knowing that work through these things, maybe get through them, and you'll be better off. Or if you're not in this place, good, or maybe don't fall off the good path, or you could lead up there. But assuming you get through that, work things out, better yourself, move on, validate yourself, generally. Okay, my camera just went blinky blink. Still not plugged in. No, it's plugged in. But either way, just keep that in mind. And we're going to get to the third card, which is positive influences. So maybe you did what you needed to do, took a step back, took a break, reevaluated meaning in your life of things. We get the positive influences. And we get the tower, which is represented by a fawn. And pretty cool card, because if anyone's familiar with tarot, you know what's coming. Let's see, the tower. Basically, shit's changing. Whether you're ready or not, things are changing. So, change, chaos, awakening, blow up who you thought you were, time to clear things, shock, major transformation, letting go of what binds you, unavoidable change, surprises, liberation, a new job, and loss. So, topsy-turvy card. Pretty radical. I like it because it talks about just changes happening, you're transforming. Maybe you're putting on an act or a facade and you're like, I'm done living a lie or living beneath a mask. You're going to be more genuine. Maybe discover things about yourself that you didn't even know. And then now you're just embracing everything, on the positivity, no more lies, no more running. Even talks about surprises, but maybe loss, maybe the surprise caused some people or friendships to end. That's on them. Or maybe they didn't accept you. Like a good example would be if, say, someone's like decide to go transgender and like, this is me, I'm pursuing this, and the people aren't understanding or they're weirded out, they may just ditch you. That could be like just as an example of the loss. But I like the surprise, letting go of what binds you. So whatever's holding you back, could be emotional baggage, could be society, or what you think other people think. Whatever it is, you're like, I'm done letting that shit control me. I need to live and be genuine. I'm gonna do it, and this change is coming. So don't hate me, love me. Deal with it, kind of a thing. So pretty, very good vibes on that one. Now we're going to get to the fourth card, which is the near future. We're just going to fast forward a little bit to see where you're at. And we get the Hermit, represented by the land hermit crab. So just by the name alone, you kind of know something's coming. Hence the Hermit. But let's pull it up. The Hermit, being alone, isolation, internal, looking within, inner peace, inner security, contemplation, meditation. Connecting with God or source or the powers that may be. Quiet time, self-reflection, alone time, patience, planning, wisdom, withdrawal, feeling sorry. So maybe by blowing up and becoming the new you and lost some friendships along the way, you feel bad, but you still look within yourself to be like, no, this is what I want to do. You just basically take a big step back to reevaluate everything, look within mentally, sit on it, think about it. Quiet time, basically just time to rest, and maybe don't be as active, don't do all the things, don't rush into stuff, like basically just taking a time out or like a mental health break. And then you're going to look back on it. Of course, you're going to be alone for a little bit because you're probably telling people, hey, I'm in a funk right now, I need some time. So my like say like text messaging or something, like I'm going to be a bit to respond. I'm not ignoring you, but I'll respond when I'm ready, and I cleared things up in my head. So maybe I have a lot more life thinking to do. Thinking, is this the change I wanted? Should I not have done it? So maybe second guessing yourself, but that's where all the meditation, planning, and just stepping back and taking a break for a while comes in. So now we're going to get to the fifth card, which is long-term results, end game, final raid boss, ending credits, whatever you want to call it. And we get the Three of Cups, represented by Erosion Griffin Vultures. Let's go to Three of Cups. And see what we get. Okay, Three of Cups. Fun, achievement, celebration, togetherness, thankful, abundance, achievement, happiness, playful. New life, friendship, trust. So maybe during your authentic adventures and you being true to yourself more and just more open and people accepting you, you've bumped into new friends who you really hit it off with instead of and dumping like say the toxic friends or the hanger-ons or just people like why do we talk? Why are you there? You found people you vibe with and building and meaningful relationship slash friendship. You're not not just doing small talk. Like you're actually interested in each other's lives. You actually care. You actually are interested, I guess, in each other and everything. And again, happiness, achievement. You feel great. You're like, wow, I can't believe there's like people out there that like get it. I guess. And now you have this cool little friendship going on. Talks about new life. So maybe you went some major change or direction, either job, maybe you moved, whatever have you, but just big fun stuff. More modeler. Chipperdoodle is busy today. But yeah, so pretty happy. I would say that is a damn good happy ending. This is getting a little wonky, wishy-washy. It's still going good, but it was still like, what's going on here? But at least that card cleared it up kind of nicely. And now we do a random oracle card just as a bonus, cheer you up, positive influence card message, or just something fun on the side. With a grimoire, which represents study. So maybe take a step back and study and hone your skills, learn something, get more knowledge, level up, whatever. But it's just saying, hey, you might be hitting the books. Not out of necessity or forcefulness, but because you want to or have a passion for whatever it is you're doing or want to look up or look into. So, always something. I think I'll do one or two more, and then I'm gonna skedaddle and get ready for bed. My leg's starting to bug me. So we shuffle this. I'm gonna write done today. Did 13. So yeah, we'll do one more. Ended at 14. Unless I'm really feeling it, but it's 10 is usually a safe number, so I'm already way past that, so let's do more. Pull up the timestamp. 309:40. Okay, this reading is for the Man with the Plan, LMNOP. Really long name, but whatever. So, Man with the Plan. That is what you are. Okay, Man with the Plan. We are doing a 5-card reading. Tells a story about you, what's going on, taking a peek into you. And the second card is played in reverse, and reverse cards have alternate meanings. And the second card slot represents the obstacle or something kind of blocking you, or something you might need to pay attention to, heed a warning, or maybe help get you out of a rut. But we'll just go and see real quick. Let me just change. Okay, so first up, we'll just take a peek at your overall you, I guess. We get the Magician, featuring white tigers. So manifesting, planning, zoning into your skill, bringing stuff to life, mastery, knowing you're magical, tap into your magic, direct the energy to where you want. The biggest thing is manifesting and planning. So you have ideas, you have the self-confidence, you've been doing stuff for a long time. It's time to set things into motion even more, maybe the next phase or next step in your grand scheme of things or plans, and you're going to do it. Step into your magic, manifesting, power master, achieving goals, visualization. You can see it and then bring it to life. Either success, hobbies, passions, friends, family, whatever. But I think the biggest thing on this card is directing the energy to what you want. You want to focus, you want to be passionate, you want to be into what you're doing. You don't want to waste, I guess, your time and efforts and energy and other things or meaningless things to you. a very positive, uplifting thing to want to focus. But it's not just focusing or being determined. It's like it's much deeper than that. So with that, again, starting the reading, we have more to go. All unravel soon. Second card is the obstacle, the bump in the road, being cock-blocked, a difficult raid boss, something impeding you from proceeding. And we get the lovers, featuring lovebirds. Normally means love, trust, and healing and good vibes, but it's going to be played in reverse, so very interesting to see what this means in reverse. Do you see the upright versions or the normal versions more? So when you get an upside down card like this, it's kind of exciting. Like the lovers, love relationship values is normally, but in reverse, bad choices, partnerships ending, freedom, lack of commitment, fear of commitment, marital issues, dishonest, disagreements, indecisive. So it says bad choices leading to potentially partnerships ending, but yet you have your freedom now. That could be like maybe a gig or a job you have, but you're like on contract. You hate it. You want to you can't wait till the job is done. Hence, the partnership is ending, and now you're free. But maybe you made a bad choice entering that deal, knowing you're getting screwed a little bit or wouldn't like it, but you did it because maybe the money, maybe it's exposure, maybe it's a little of both, or maybe you had nothing going on, so you decide to do something you weren't really into, but at the same time, you're like, might as well do it. There's lack of commitment. So again, maybe the thing you signed up for, whatever you're doing, your job, gig, hobby, you're not feeling it, your heart's not in it, and you have the lack of commitment. You have the fear of commitment because maybe it's time consuming and draining. Talks about potential marital issues, so maybe things, if you are married, maybe things aren't working out. But again, this could pertain to work as well, not just like relationships, but that's about being dishonest. So maybe people aren't talking about their feelings with either your partner or, again, work. Or again, you took a gig or something, or signed up for something that you weren't really fully into, and you thought you could wing it, or maybe it'll get better, but then you didn't take the time to actually talk about it with whomever else was involved. Talks about disagreements, so obviously multiple parties feel different ways, and being indecisive because now you don't know what to do, what moves to make. Is it safe to make this move? What are the potential consequences? So it's a lot. You're getting in your head a lot. So hopefully you're not in this rut. This could be a warning to not also burn yourself out or sign up for things that you're not into. So we're going to get to the third card. Assuming you worked it out, got through that, had talks, or maybe avoided getting down in that rut or pit, we're going to get the positive influences. And that's represented by the devil, which is represented by a Victorian crown pigeon. So very funny. If anyone's familiar with the devil, it already feels like a reversed card. So it might be like another warning or another, hey, you're really stuck in this rut, and now you're even deeper into the pit. So let me just pull that out, the devil. So those positive influences, it still may have some warnings or negative meanings. Addiction, sexuality, attachment, feeling stuck, negative thinking, temptation, dependency, unhealthy attachments, fear, greed, unhappy, and limiting beliefs. This one now you feel stuck, maybe because you try to work things out, but nothing's improving, nothing's changing, which is going to lead to negative thinking and being unhappy because you're like, well, I'm trying really, I'm actually trying, I'm putting in effort to change, but it doesn't seem to be working. Talks about dependency and unhealthy attachment, so maybe you rely on external validation a lot. So even though technically you're doing nothing wrong, everything's good, others are almost like gaslighting you to make you feel like a failure or something's not right, or people, like say employers, are undervaluing you, or at the gigs you sign up for a contract work is like they don't want to pay up as much, but they're trying to make you believe, oh, that's okay, but it's also okay to refuse work and refuse taking a gig if it doesn't meet your criteria. Talks about limiting beliefs because maybe you're in this rut so much that you can't, like tunnel vision going, and you can't be hopeful for the future. But this card's in positive influences, so the positive spin on it might be you're paying attention to these, say, flaws or bad things so you don't fall victim to them. Or you might be in it and you just need to wake up and be like, oh shit, I need to get out of this. So it's like, the card itself is kind of negative because of the position it's in on the board being positive influence. This might be just, hey, wake up call. You're still in the rut. You're not out of the woods yet. Wake up, change now, and so forth. The fourth card is going to be the near future. We just fast forward just a little bit to see where you're at, how you're doing in all of this. And we get the Eight of Pentacles, which is represented by a pug. This, we got this quite a few times this stream. It means you're going to study, hit the books, you're going to learn, you're going to master your skill, you're going to have dedication, perfection, or perfecting mastery, developing skill, apprentice training, self-improvement, dedication, money management, self-employed, concentration. So maybe you're tired of gigs and employment or whatever. So now you're going to work on more skills, level up more, get a bigger crowd, follow things you're more passionate about and care about, and really level up those skills. Or maybe you just want to do something new and learn that. But either way, you're going to become more self-sufficient at it, because it is almost like a gamble, but you're putting money aside so you can do this. I know anyone that goes taking trade school or any type of apprenticeship or colleges, university, whatever, it's very time consuming, so money's going to be low. So you're managing your finances better, you're going to concentrate more because you really want this and you want to better yourself and help the other ones around you. And just overall, you're like, I want more for myself. And this will also lead to more self-improvement and financial independence as well. So pretty cool that even with the two last negative cards, now it's like, okay, it kind of is painting a clearer picture of where this is going. Fifth card, which is the far future, long-term results, end game, ending credits, final boss, whatever. We get the Three of Wands, which is a blue-eyed Lucy Ball Python. It's a long name, almost like Blue Eyes White Dragon. But let's go to Three of Wands. Three of Wands. Overseas opportunities, progress, and prediction. New opportunities, success, progress, setting goals, new ideas, news coming, good advice, ships coming in, travel, hopeful, future visions, expansion. So holy shit, this is a nice little ending. And new opportunities, your success, things are progressing, you're seeing more into the future, like you know where your worth, you're going to see maybe more opportunities and what to avoid. Like you just have a much clearer view of the distance before. So before it was like very close to you, you couldn't see that far. And like video games, like your vision radius is pretty small, but now it's much bigger. Good advice, either you're giving advice or taking good advice. Ships are coming in, so like a new line, again, opportunity. You have even more visions coming up and things you want to do and just ideas, I guess. And then it also talks about expansion. You want to grow, you want to do more, not just for yourself, but for others. So it's like you climb the top of a mountain, you can see the entire landscape. And then you're inspired and flowing with ideas, mainly opportunities. So good thing is from your hard work and dedication and what you did before, basically more opportunities are at your disposal now. You have more chances to do other things and explore more. So very cool stuff. Now we're going to do a fifth card, which is a oracle card. It's a little nice topping or bonus, if you will, to the reading. With the Three Witches representing fate. Now, what is your fate? That's a damn good question. But good, bad, you're maybe meant to do something great for destined for greatness, maybe suffer, maybe to do a specific task. Who knows? But there's something out there that you're destined or meant, or I should say that you're meant to do in this world, in this life. There's something out there that you have been spiritually assigned, if you will. So even if you're not into or know what it is, there's just something out there, like almost like as people would say, like purpose in life type of a thing. Yeah, I think that's good for now. Where am I? That was a lot of reading, so go to the ending soon screen. Okay, sweet. Thank you all so much for hanging out, chipping in for bits, follows, subs, all that stuff. I'm gonna raid out, so let me hit Raid. Art Puff. I believe she's doing artwork. Should make a better raid message, but whatever. This will be fine. I like the bomb raid icon better. I think it's cooler. Yeah, thank you so much. And we'll do this again maybe tomorrow. If not, I know I'll probably do it on when I'm off on Friday.